It is a thing. It's a thing. Uh, get on the internet, Ben. Jesus. Oh yeah. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead. What the fuck is that? Yeah, he didn't want to be Benist. Hold on. None of my. There we go.
Take a drink again. Take a drink. Do it. Do it. Oh,
Oh, nice.
you.
What's going on?
Hey, that's fine. That's the original logo. It's
Oh
fine.
my cup!
Oh, my cup.
My
I
God.
got caught.
Do you
You
even
just
remember
got caught.
what we fucking sat through?
I thought it was on this side.
Oh, okay, that's cool.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
That's pretty
everything's
cool.
oh,
That's pretty
man.
good. That's pretty good.
It's a Justice League cup.
It's a Justice League cup. It came in a set. The other cup is the Batman and Flash. Okay, then I have another one with Green Lantern.
Why the Batman and
Does-
Flash? Are they?
They're dating.
You didn't
I
hear
don't
about
know.
the
There should have been
Batman
Batman and Superman
It should
on
be
one
Batman and
cup.
Superman and like the Flash, and like Fat Bottom Hose or something.
Does the Superman glass have a CJ'd mustache?
Let me check. Let's see. Nope. No Zack Snyder. No, this is
Who's
is
excited
probably...
for the Snyder cut? Not me. Could give a shit.
Well, I was excited, and then I found out that it's only like 4 extra minutes worth of content.
But it's a Snyder.
I
cut.
don't think so. It's
But
like
is
a
it
whole
cut- I
4-hour
mean, it's-
thing.
the thing about it is cutting it together differently, right?
Yeah.
And, well,
That's-
they
it's
removed
just-
the red color grade at the end. Thank Christ.
Yeah, I just heard that it wasn't. Okay, maybe I'm wrong. But I heard that it just wasn't adding that much, as much as we thought anyway from the original.
It's
Cut.
gonna be like the multiple cuts of Blade Runner. Each one's slightly different, but does it really change your life entirely? I don't know.
Yeah, that doesn't really make me very stoked. Blade Runner is cool because Blade Runner is a good movie, but
Yeah,
I was thinking they were gonna make Justice League good.
Yeah, I don't know how they're
with
gonna
this
unfuck
cut.
the Justice League.
But I don't know if 4 extra or however many extra minutes is gonna make the movie good all of a sudden.
Well, a re-edit can fix a lot of things, obviously, but
Hold on.
it's what fixed Star Wars. But
Mm.
that doesn't mean this can be fixed.
Yeah.
It's like when I watched that 4.5-hour cut of Star Wars Episode 3, edited with edited together with the last episodes of the Clone Wars, which happens at the same time as Episode 3. It's really fascinating to watch like this cartoon.
That's kind of cool.
And
That's
the
a lot going
movie
on.
mixed together. It's really they did a pretty good job of it, and the cartoon parts are so much better.
I know,
really?
right?
It's
That's
so
usually-
funny. Yeah, it's.
I like
really
there's that-
impressive.
Do you have
There's
a
that
pipe,
one-
Danon, for that jacket?
Yeah,
hey, I
you
do,
better.
actually.
You better have a pipe for that jacket.
I mean, actually, you should have come prepared with a pipe in the pocket.
Right,
Right.
right.
Yeah, it's a
Right.
shame that it's not already in there.
Hold on. Hold, waiting for it. Waiting for it.
Reaching for it.
Waiting for it. That is a water's hand if I've ever seen one. Dainty, yet
And
masculine.
I don't know about masculine.
model. But still masculine. You could be dainty and masculine.
Well, so everybody, because I talk about because it's funny, but everybody makes fun of my feet at work. So this one guy,
How often are your feet out at work?
a lot, because they're skinny. They're real skinny, so it's funny, right? And I wear black socks now, so
So
my
you're
foot
like
looks like
showing off your feet to your
Yeah,
foot
'cause, you
fetish
know, it's-
coworkers.
I don't know if it's a fetish
You
thing.
do.
I just think it's funny that I have really really skinny feet, and if
You
with
should,
a black
you know what you should
sock
do?
on-
You should
You've
s-
seen
you
'em.
should shave your feet and post
Yes.
pictures of them to the internet for money.
No, but when I wear a black sock, my foot looks like a hockey stick. So that's funny too. It's the truth. So I was sitting there with so at my old job, I'm sitting there and I take my boot off because I was emptying some dirt or whatever. And his friends all look at my foot. He's all, "You ever bring that thing to the hockey rink?" And I'm like, "What are you talking about? That stinking foot of yours? Look at it, looks like a hockey stick." Well, that's
He's got a good
not
point.
funny at all. So there's a guy I work with who's from El Salvador. He calls me pata flaca, which means skinny foot, in Spanish.
Wow,
That's
that's a
street-
pretty
that's my
awesome
s-
nickname.
My two name.
Now
That's
that
pretty
is
name.
See?
Pata.
a
Wow.
good nickname.
Look
Pata
at
So I
flaca.
have some bad news for you. Pata is not exactly a foot.
This
It's
is terrible
an
news.
animal leg, like
I'm
something.
fine with that.
It's like
Well,
Yours
it's
is
better
cooler
than-
mine.
it's better than Conejo Feliz, which is not as dangerous sounding as pata flaca.
pata flaca. Yeah,
I don't
always
have
used to make fun
any-
of- I always used to tell my coworkers to move their patas, and they'd be like, "Shut up!
My patas alone.
I don't have patas. I have feet."
El Fidos.
Yo tengo pies.
Alfidos.
That is the actual
Mhm.
word for it. Yes.
What y'all
There you
drinking?
go.
So we live in Bucharest. The art
We
loop.
are live
I'm
in
drinking
Art
Bucharest.
Loop.
some,
Oh, by the way, Jeremy, we are
some
live already.
hydro flask.
good.
Look at that. dude.
Hydro flask
Nice,
beer.
dude. Are you staying
Check,
Why?
hydrated with that
check
beer?
this thing out. Hold on. Oh. Ah. Ah.
Oh.
Ah. Ah.
Like a
What is it?
transformer
I
for
still
your
don't
beer.
know what it is.
Why does
It's
this
like,
happen? Just
it's
drink
like
the damn thing.
It's a koozie. It just keeps it
It's a
cold.
koozie.
Just
What?
suck
No,
it
no, no,
up.
no. What's the beer though?
Oh, I mean, it's Voodoo Ranger.
Oh, Voodoo. Okay. Well, and what do you got
You
there?
know.
Ruby.
Okay.
Ta-da!
Eber
Eber?
Dribder.
Hmm.
It's back.
Party noise when I push it in. Listen.
Hmm.
I don't actually have the. I decided to go with the mug. I don't actually have the bottle. It's this Leinenkugel Porter.
Order.
Leinenkugel makes like summer shandies. Have you had those? Like lemonade beers, basically.
Gross.
Oh,
Uh,
you got me onto these. Yeah, this,
Oh,
isn't this-
yeah, I
this
showed
is
you
like your
what,
favorite
last summer
beer.
or whatever. Yeah.
yeah.
I got some in Texas.
Those are
So
good.
that company, they make this one, which is like a darker beer. I thought I'd try it because I like the other stuff.
Have you ever had
Jeremy, hold on, real quick, levels wise. Jeremy, you're a bit loud, and Daniel, you're a bit quiet.
Bit loud.
Am I good?
Okay.
You're good.
Have you ever had
Um,
beer mixed with Sprite?
Why would you do that?
So it's a thing.
No, I
It's a,
haven't.
it's a German thing apparently.
Is it?
Yeah. So you take like any German brew.
I think it's
And-
called Zima.
Is that right? I don't know.
I'm kidding. You guys are too old. You guys
What are you
are too
talking
young to know
about?
what Zima is.
I was waiting for someone else to laugh.
I was
tell
sitting
me
there going
that.
like maybe I realized I'm like, oh, maybe you guys don't know what Zima is, and you apparently don't know what
No.
Zima is. So never mind.
No.
Moving on.
Hmm.
Like emphysema?
No,
eczema.
no. It
No,
was
it's
it was a
eczema?
drink. It was a drink in the
I know,
90s.
I
It was
know.
like a fruity, malted drink in the 90s.
Oh, did it have a bunch
Zima.
of weird like balls in it?
No. It
Okay.
was just
Do you know what
clear-
I'm
it was just
talking about?
clear.
Okay.
No.
Oh, you're talking about
No, no.
kombucha.
I know what you're talking
Mm.
about. Yeah, that stuff was
Like a
gross. It
candy
tastes like
drink.
drinking soap. It was like drinking soap.
Yeah. It wasn't kombucha.
It was
like
this weird balls were suspended within the
Yes.
liquid.
Oh,
It was
boba.
Yes.
Okay, I think our levels
Wasn't
should be
Bubba's, this is
good.
pre-Bubba.
it's pre
This is the this is like the 90s.
This is
It's like
before
pre-boba.
boba, was it? Yeah.
Pre-boba.
Yeah.
It was before Bubba was Bubba.
yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right. Back when they just called it tapioca.
Right.
That's what it was. It was like liquid
Little balls of soy.
tapioca.
Ah,
mm-hmm.
that's a little bit different from Little Balls of Joy.
Little Balls of Joy is playing at the Weenie Roast.
I think we sang that
Or-
as a Christmas
sorry.
song at our Christmas pageant.
Dating was 9. Little balls of joy.
All right. Speaking of which,
Oh, that really happened?
No.
It's a real song?
yeah, we might have.
That's We Are Santa's Elves.
Yeah, we did sing that
From
one. We are
Rudolph.
Santa's elves.
Oh.
Yeah. Or no, we're Santa's helpers.
Yeah, which one's this?
This is the
don't remember.
kindergarten one.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Is that what you guys say?
Tap, tap, tap.
Tap,
go with
tap a little hammer.
Yeah.
Ring,
Are we
ring,
live right
ring,
now? Is this
ring.
Mhm.
Ring your little bell. We are Satan's helpers. Tappa, tappa, tappa. I remember that because Annalise, oldest daughter, she was really angry while she was doing it. She's like 8
Oh
years
my
old. She's
God,
like,
yeah.
"Trump, Trump, 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 Trump." And I was like, damn. Some serious ass
Metal.
shit. It was Christmas metal for this 8-year-old. Yeah,
Yeah.
she was pissed to be tapping that hammer.
Tap, tap,
Tap.
tap.
So we watched the movie.
Yeah. So okay, so this is the We Like This podcast.
Oh, are we live?
Yeah, we're live. We've been live.
Hello.
I knew
Um,
that. I already knew
see,
that.
yeah, I did tell Jeremy this time. He's been.
So you're the
forewarned.
You
you're
told
the
Jeremy
outlier this
only.
time, Ben.
No, I told everybody, but you weren't paying attention.
I don't
Mhm.
do that.
I know you don't pay attention.
I
So
got you.
this is the We Like This podcast. I am joined by myself, Dana Waters, Jeremy Dallas, Ben Nickerson, Scott the Look, and Daryl Waters, and we watched the ultimate playlist of noise.
Yeah.
think that's
Yeah,
what
that's
it
Yeah.
it.
Oh, I should probably change
I-
the title of the goddamn podcast. God, I keep forgetting.
Does
Sorry.
the podcast
Yeah.
not say the title of the
You
movie?
would
we
like
watched?
to.
No, it says Wonder Woman still.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, that's why I didn't click on it. I was gonna click on it.
Yeah,
I was
get
like, I
that
guess it's not
It-
there.
shit out of
It
here.
don't look great, but I'm excited for the King Kong and Godzilla thing. 'Cause I just like monsters fighting.
Yeah,
So we're
don't
gonna
like
talk about
too.
the movie that we
And
did.
and
or-
Don't
I
look good.
liked the first Godzilla that they did, maybe
From
5
98
years,
from
5 or 6
1998.
years. Not that one.
Oh,
The,
I wanted
the
to-
first
I
of
wanted
these
to-
new ones, the 2014 one.
Yeah, I wanted to like that one so bad, but it just was just barely okay.
That's
one
how I
with,
felt about the second one.
Well, the second one was really not great.
Yeah.
Jesus.
No,
Excuse me.
the first Godzilla was how you make a trailer, right? Because remember how amazing the trailer was?
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
pretty.
it was
Trailer
awesome.
Why
was
are we talking about
amazing.
this?
Because we were waiting on you.
Oh,
The
it's done.
trailer was amazing.
All right.
Yeah.
No, because I brought it up because I like fighting monsters, and the fighting monster movie is coming out on the 26th of March. So
You like fighting monsters?
I do. I enjoy it.
This
I've
is
always
something-
enjoyed it.
This is something that you do in your
Monsters.
free time?
In the midst of
Yeah.
fighting.
Well, I grew up with fighting monsters. I have 5 brothers. But,
Oh, dude, you could be a girl in an action movie, and then you have that scene where you kick somebody's ass, and then everybody else looks at you, and then you go, "I had 5 brothers growing up."
yeah,
Mhm.
I could
Isn't
be that
a
girl
trope? And
I
that's
could
the
be
trope
that
that no one
girl.
talks about. That one.
in an
I think
action.
brothers
people-
growing up.
I hate that trope. Actually, it's so annoying.
Hey,
no one
Daryl.
talk about that.
You could
Like,
be
why-
a girl in an action.
Why
movie.
aren't your
That's-
brothers
Yeah.
here if they taught you how to fight? Sounds like they know
Yeah.
what they're doing.
I'd rather have them. The ones
Yeah,
that
exactly.
taught
Oh,
you how to
there's
fight.
5 of you.
Yeah. No, it's just one of me, but there's five brothers.
So
But,
speaking of tropes,
Yes.
let's go ahead and start this pig.
All right. Pig starter.
So-
Yeah,
Stop.
it's a trope
Start this
to
pig.
start a
Stop
podcast.
fucking narrating everything. I was like almost out of the movie as soon as it started and it's narrating.
At least it didn't start at the
everything.
end. I know you
Yeah.
hate that.
Yeah.
I hate
Yeah.
when that happens.
And
Oh,
Dana,
but-
I think you gotta up your volume, bro. You're always
Yeah, you're a little
super quiet. You're
I-
always
uh,
super quiet.
I can't do anything about that. I'm perfect on the stream right now, so I'll go ahead and do that for y'all. Hold on.
Yeah,
Fuck
just
everything up.
it's.
Hold on.
I feel like we're really loud, and you're not loud.
You know what?
Tap
probably
tap
right.
tap 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 your
Okay.
little hammer.
Check. Is that better?
Yes.
That's better.
Okay.
Okay.
Stop
Trope.
fucking narrating everything. I'm so over it because they narrate exactly what's happening on the screen, and I don't need to see that. And
Yeah.
this is my biggest gripe with the movie. We're starting out hot because they get rid of the narration halfway through the movie.
No, I don't
And
think
you
that's
don't
true.
They
I
need
get
think-
they
it.
get
Hold
rid
on
of
a
a few
second.
things
You
halfway
don't.
through
Hold
the
on a
movie.
You don't
second.
need it.
I
They got rid of my
will-
attention.
I don't think this is a strong movie. I want to be clear about that. However, I think that this is a little misplaced because it starts off with him recording for the playlist that he made.
Yeah.
Which is in essence Daryl.
Yeah, the thing
Yeah,
Dana
Daryl.
hates.
It's starting at the end where he
Yeah.
says, "I'm deaf now."
Okay,
Let me
but you know,
tell you about how this happened.
you know, he says that, and then when the he gets what I'm sorry, I know we're jumping ahead, but when he finds out later that he's gonna be deaf, I forgot that he even said it's such
Spoiler
a
alert.
nonchalant thing where
I
he's
hope
like,
you can hear
"Oh,
me
yeah."
because I sure can't. That's the
because
line
I
that he
sure can't,
uses.
huh? It almost sounds like a joke, and then when he actually is going deaf, you're like, oh wait, he was serious,
Yeah, he was
because
serious.
it sounded like a joke when he
Yeah,
first said
well,
it.
that's now that is something I can sink my teeth into about this movie.
you know?
is that
That's a lot.
you know, this it was a great like last I don't know quarter of a movie. I
Yeah.
would say like
Yeah.
if any of the rest of the movie was good, the ending would be pretty good. Like it'd be pretty great ending. But it's just because the movie is a heartwarming tale about how a boy who learns he's going deaf meets a psychopath and they cause fucking mayhem.
This is also my problem with the
across
movie.
America.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
So let's
No,
let's give
yeah.
a really quick synopsis because we can, because it's a movie. So basically, this kid, and he's like 17 or something.
Definitely
going
underage.
On,
I want to be clear
going
about
on
that.
30.
He's underage.
Yeah.
So you know.
And why? Okay, we'll get into that. But basically, he goes and has an MRI, and he has like a seizure or something at a concert. Goes and has an MRI. They find that he has tumors, like benign tumors in his head, but they want to get them out. But there's a pretty good chance he's gonna go deaf during
Get
the
him
surgery.
out.
Yeah, get him out.
We want to get those
They-
tumors
Matter.
out.
They
You can
lure it
pass
out.
him- you can
yeah.
pass him like kidney stones or something.
They
right?
lure the
Pee 'em out.
tumors out with cheese or whatever.
They-
Right near his ear.
They
Come on.
drill
Phil.
they
Come on.
drill a mouse hole into the side of his head and put some cheese outside of it, a mouse trap.
It lures out the tumor.
Well, yeah, I mean it's really funny because the beginning of the movie he's like I'm deaf, and then it gets into how he's going deaf,
It's pretty.
and he's
funny.
just some fucking loser in high school as we all were.
Wow.
He's not really a loser. He's kind of just like some average Joe.
Some
I mean, I don't even
schlubby-
know if he was an
schlubby guy.
average
Yeah.
Joe. He definitely like was an awkward kid that was getting bullied. There's that one scene where he's got the scar on his back, and then there's like some fucking generic
Is he
jock
getting bullied?
stereotype too. Who's
What?
like,
I thought that was the
"Ugh,
fire."
Your back is gross. Don't you remember that scene? Somebody
No.
mocks throwing up seeing
Oh,
his back.
Yeah,
Ooh.
yeah. In the
I
locker
do
room.
remember that actually.
Yeah.
You're right.
And
Okay,
so
fair enough. I don't
basically,
remember it.
this kid, I mean, he doesn't have life rough or anything. He's got his 2 loser friends, and they all like music.
Oh.
But that's what they paint it as. He's a loser
guy-
with loser friends. Like
This
that's
guy's a
that's-
loser. He's got some loser friends.
I didn't see it the way you said. I didn't see it that bad.
I didn't.
just thought he was
treated
treated
I
normal,
don't know. Yeah, I
average.
think they were losers.
I didn't think they were losers. I just thought they were just kind of normal, regular kids, not popular, not the cool kids, but
But you know
Yeah.
what? I will say this:
know?
I didn't really pay attention to anything that was going on during those high school scenes in the beginning because I was so distracted by how
That's what I'm saying, I
bad
didn't-
the narration was.
I didn't even know. I didn't know he was.
narration
I
is
was
really
so
good for a
distracted by how bad it was and how average it was that I know stuff happened in the high school for a minute. I didn't pay attention to any of it. So
Well,
Yeah.
let me run it back for you. He goes. He goes to high school. He's anxious or not anxious. He's awkward about his back because he's got a scar on his back from when there was a fire because his brother saved him from a fire, and then died while saving him from a fire. This is what we're
Idiot.
told in the beginning of the movie. And then he goes to a show with his with his 2 female friends.
These 2 losers, apparently.
I mean, they
goes
look
to a
like
loser
fucking
show
normal
with his
people.
These two
loser
losers.
friends.
I mean,
With
yeah,
his
they're-
loser head tumors.
Yeah, right. So he goes to this show, and this is my favorite part about just like sometimes when people write stories about a particular kind of thing. In this case, the thing is like going to shows and being into music. They just like they make statements very confidently that are like really weirdly off kilter. In this particular case, the statement that is made is that like I hate openings, or like openings are like
The
just
opening
shit.
band. Yeah,
Oh,
nobody
the
cares
opening
about-
band.
yeah.
Yeah, the
Nobody cares about
openers,
the
sorry.
opening band. Yeah.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
says
it's
that.
like nobody cares. I thought you hated opening bands, and it's really weird that this guy would just have this opinion about opening bands. It's just like opening bands are the worst, and I should never expect an opening band to be good. I just thought that was a weirdly like
Why?
nobody in the music scene actually thinks the opener is like trash, right? Am I wrong here? I don't just assume
Well,
that the
I don't even
openers are
think
going
that's
to
what
be
he was
bad.
saying. I think he was just
I
saying,
think
like, I
someone
didn't
older
come to
than y'all
see-
wrote it, because yes, that is common knowledge that no one gives a shit about the openers.
I mean, it's like a
Right.
joke.
Like,
but,
no, I didn't come here
Yeah,
to see
I
the
don't
opening band. Like,
Yeah.
regardless of how good they are, like, I just didn't.
Well, if
Like,
you're a
well,
unless
loser
things
like this
changed in
kid,
the
you're
last
gonna go to
25
the
years, no one
shows
gives a
because
shit
you
about
want to
it.
go to the shows. You don't want to go see the bands, really. You know.
Well, you go to the show because
You know, see the
You
one.
always
band.
show up late. You always show up late so you can see the headliner. You don't show up for the opener.
so
Nah, I
that
just
was
wanna see
written
them
by
all.
somebody that was much older than us. Then, if you have this opinion, I
Oh,
guess.
absolutely. I totally gelled with me. I was like, well, that makes absolutely.
because that's
So-
not.
I was
Like-
the opening band a lot, so I know.
That's really funny. Well, okay, so then we have.
Well,
to
that's why
mention
you
that
that's why you get to
Yeah.
be the headliner and you go on at 1 a.m. and
Mhm.
everybody that came out to see you leaves because it's
It's
too
too
late.
tired.
But you know what? You're the headliner.
It's your headliner.
Our
though.
name was in the spotlight.
It was.
That was a shout out to when Dana and I performed in a band once.
Mhm.
But
Once.
anyways, so basically he's like, well, I don't want to watch the opener. I want to go to the bathroom with you girls. And then he goes and watches.
Loser.
I don't go to your loser bathroom with you loser girls.
So he basically goes and watches the opener, and it's this redheaded like chick that like gets kicked off of stage because she took too long, which I thought was really.
That's kind of weird.
So this part here is like the we meet because she's supposedly, and we'll get into this later too. I got a whole opinion
Yeah,
about
she
this.
comes back into the story.
She's the Manic Pixie Dream Girl,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
But this girl is
Yeah.
so not the Manic
No,
Pixie Dream Girl.
God, no.
And that's the biggest problem, honestly, with the film. Because listen, the whole movie is a one trope after another. So to me, I go into it with like zero expectations of it being, and I don't even care that it's tropey because this is what the movie is, right? This is what. But
Mhm.
but
I
really
mean,
quickly
you
about the
couldn't
chick,
have a more tropey high school
It-
like
that's what they are.
presentation in the beginning.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
That's
you're right.
that's what they are.
He's
so
walking down
honestly, it
the
doesn't bother
fucking
me.
hall. There's a bunch of lockers. There's a like a real nerdy kid getting
Yeah.
pushed up against the locker by a real jockey kid, and like
Yeah, they really didn't, and that's fine. Like I said, none of that stuff bothers me because this is how you do these movies. I don't expect
Mhm.
anything more from these movies than this, right? But your Manic Pixie Dream Girl has to be Jennifer Aniston. She has to be
No, it has to be Marie Elizabeth Winstead from
she has to be
fucking
me-
Scott Pilgrim.
Exactly. Well, I mean,
That's-
it's an older movie you guys don't know about. It's Along Came Polly. It's the same movie, sort of, but it's
Mm.
they're not music and everything. But she, Jennifer Aniston, when she was way younger and hotter, plays the Manic Pixie Dream Girl in that, which she's crazy and gets him to do things he normally wouldn't do and all stuff. The same old story, 5 days of
Yeah.
summer. He's
Yeah, Zoe
Summer from 5 Days of
Deschanel.
Summer.
500
But
Days
that's
of Summer.
Zoe Deschanel.
Yeah,
She's
and she's
500
also
Days of
like that in
Summer is
Yes
also
Man.
a fundamentally
basically the
different kind of
same.
movie.
Of course, but I'm just saying this is this movie's all the stuff you're talking about
Yes
to me
Man
is like
is the
whatever.
one you're looking for with Zoe Deschanel.
She's in that also.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't say she's a Manic Pixie Dream Girl in 500 Days, but she is in Yes Man.
Okay, well, I don't want to debate that, but that's fine. Yeah. But I think that's what, like I said, so all the stuff you guys are talking about to me didn't bother me because I expected from this movie. And
You
I'm
were
not
ready
gonna-
for a Manic Pixie Dream Girl to come and whisk the sky away? Was that the?
You need your Manic
That's what I
Pixie
thought.
Dream Girl cannot be this girl they cast.
Mhm.
That girl that they cast.
Oh, you're
sorry,
saying she doesn't look like a manic pixie.
didn't
No,
look her-
her character is not.
she looked like one of those birds that lays their eggs in another nest. The bird's nest, just steals the nest. No, she's not attractive.
Can I tell you? They say she's a hard 9.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
What?
That's what I'm talking about. The movie, I don't know who they're trying to convince here. So he walks in and her singing is not great.
Oh
And he's
yeah,
just
yeah.
like it's that.
I'm into that
Oh
too.
my
It's not
god,
that
I'm singing.
good.
And
It's
I'm like,
not
okay,
kitschy.
and it's not bad, but it's not great either. And I'm like, well, she better be
It was mad.
beautiful.
It was mad.
She better be
decent,
so
yeah.
cute you just can't stand it, right? A Manny Pixie. And then it's the Crow Girl, and I'm just like, okay, with red hair. And that's what's wrong with this movie.
Wait, oh,
You think the
so
thing that's
dude's
wrong with this movie
fine.
is that the girl isn't hot enough? That's
It's
the fucking
it's
critique that you're
it's
gonna give.
it's yes, it's about because the movie hinges on her. The whole movie hinges on her.
Mm.
It is. The whole movie hinges
no,
on her.
it does.
'Cause It's
It-
this guy, normal guy, got brain cancer, whatever, losing his ears. He's supposed to meet the girl.
Losing
No.
his ears.
They're just
Losing his
melting
ears
away.
Ears falling out. So when you meet the Manic Pixie Dream Girl, she's got to be that. She can't just be this girl. Who?
But she's a psychopath.
Yeah,
That's
I
the
mean,
problem
I
with it.
didn't-
It's
I
like
didn't-
But
everything
that
that
is
she was
totally
doing,
in
I wasn't
line
buying.
with
I
the
just,
Manic
I was
My
not
point-
buying, dude.
really quickly. My point being, if she was super cute and Mary Elizabeth Winstead and stuff, you would see her less as a psychopath.
I
No,
don't
but
think
the-
you're right.
I don't
think you're
think so.
absolutely
Good point.
wrong.
I
I had
because-
wait, hold on. I want to get my point. So
Alright.
I agree with everything my dad's saying, but the thing is, they went overboard with it because like Christy was watching it a little bit too when I got home, and she's like, "This woman is a psychopath." Like the first thing that she says in the diner is like, "Oh, are those happy pills?" When he brings out his medication, and then he just like gives her a look, and he's like, "Oh, those are sad pills." Now, first off, bad line, and then also. I would be very, very worried about someone who wants to drop acid in like a diner, like in the middle
Well,
of nowhere.
acid doesn't come in a pill form.
Is
But
that-
I don't
oh,
know
I don't
drugs,
think that's
man.
it.
I mean, even
I think
before
it
that,
drugs
she just
kids.
Yeah, like
just
the
she
first
jumped
see,
into his
he-
car.
So
like,
can we just talk
that
about all right,
alone.
before we get here, because this happens a little bit later. The first thing that happens, and this is just like the best thing about this fucking movie, is regardless of how we feel about the girl, he's obviously attracted to her. He's like, oh, she's so pretty. Watches her get off stage. He's like about to follow her, and then out of like these crazy circumstances, he catches like a flying people's elbow from like the fucking. Oh, it's a people's elbow! Just fuck
People's elbow.
The Rock.
He fucking he falls backwards, hits his head, has a seizure, wakes up in a hospital, and they're like, "Oh, your brain's fucked, mate. Sorry about it."
Don't remember that.
Who's this sailor,
I know.
sailor doctor?
That's when he finds out he's losing his ears.
Yeah,
oh,
so he's losing
yeah,
his
because everyone's
ears.
talking in Scottish accents.
And then he's like, and then he has this fucking harebrained idea, and this is the whole crux of the movie.
I think
is
it's tumor
like,
brained is the.
I'm the playlist boy at school, and like I put together playlists for everybody, and I'm the playlist boy, so I know how this guy must feel. But then he's got this fucking idea that like he's gonna go out and record the best noises that like he can think of into a long playlist, which like would be a kind of kitschy, cute idea on Etsy or something. But the thing is, there's like a scene where he's trying to
Fucking
convince his
Etsy.
parents to let him go on a road trip to go record this stuff. And then the parents are like, no, absolutely not. You have
Not the
surgery in 8 days."
parents.
The mom, whatever.
Thank you.
Um,
Let's make a
point.
proper
and
distinction.
yeah,
The
it
dad was
doesn't
like,
matter. The
"Let him
mom's like, you
go!"
have the mom's like, you have
That's
surgery
true.
in 8 days. There's no fucking way that you're going on a road trip.
Oh, the mom's such a stick in the mud.
And then
She's got a point.
yeah.
but then the dad, this is the best fucking line in the whole movie. The dad is staring at the little fucking whiteboard that the kid put together. He's wearing his best tie to give it. And he like storms in his room because his mom said no. And he's like, you guys are the worst. Parents are awful. And then his dad stands up, goes and looks at the whiteboard and pulls like a sticky note off of it and goes, fast talking auctioneer. You know, he's got good taste.
That's another line I don't even remember.
It would have taken that. It would have taken that kid 2 years to do those 50 sounds. But that's another point. You know, that's movie.
Yeah.
That's
It's movie
movie
time,
time.
man. It
And
doesn't
one
matter.
road trip.
Time
I just
doesn't matter.
love that the thing is dad was like, yeah, this is great. Was the fact that
Yeah. And
This is a
also,
fucking
I mean,
bop,
oh
dude.
my God. I took one look at that freaking list of his and I'm like, why? Where? What? There's tractor horns? There's like, what?
It's an
There's
odd
one-
list.
could you imagine losing your
Chinese- it's a
hearing and you're
Chinese
like, I
kitchen
need to
at rush
record
hour?
tractor horn.
There's a Chinese kitchen at rush hour.
What about? Hold on. What about the chainsaw?
Yeah,
Come on.
the chainsaw's
mean-
normal?
No, he said it was supposed to be a
Chainsaw.
tree falling in a forest.
Oh,
Oh, yeah,
even
he
better. See,
adapted.
that would
Mm.
be
You
Yeah,
ever
he
came?
adapted the
what's
list,
all this
yeah.
weird crap on his sounds.
It's supposed to be fun and clever, Jeremy. You're being a dick.
Yeah,
right
yeah,
now.
well,
okay.
it's really weird.
You're being
As
insensitive.
somebody that takes pride in putting together playlists, this is by far the worst.
Are you a playlist guy?
He is
I'm
a playlist
absolutely
guy.
a playlist
He
guy.
is
yeah.
a playlist.
I am
guy.
actually currently writing an article about the best way to order songs in any list of songs.
Huh?
I think it's
Oh.
very important knowledge that has never been recorded.
How boring. No, just kidding.
You're a loser.
I am this kid. That's what I'm saying. That's why I'm mad about this loser kid because I'm the loser kid.
So really quickly about about me and Dana knows this and y'all probably know. I'm not really a music guy. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Like I listen like Radiohead. I listened to Year and a Half
You're a
straight.
musician, but you're not a music guy.
I really am not. Like when I discovered the Beatles
true,
finally in my
actually.
20s, that's all I listened to was the Beatles for a couple of years. You know what I mean? I didn't listen to anything
Yeah.
else really. So that's kind of what I do. But I don't like. This one friend of mine. He knew like this kid, like you, Ben, of course, knew every lyric to every song. It was extremely eclectic music taste. A guy I work with, he's got extreme. I'm not really that guy, so I don't understand all this stuff kind of thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I
well-
get it why people would do it, why it's important, but I just don't. Unless someone takes Dana right, unless you take it and put it in my lap and say, "Here, listen, this dumbass,"
Mhm.
I probably won't.
Right.
It takes a while.
But you're
Very
not going to go
rarely.
spend a bunch of time trying to see if you might like some
No.
band.
Not
Yeah.
really.
Mhm.
No, it was
Yeah.
everything was accidental or someone pushed it on me. So just how I am, and not like anyone
Yeah.
gives a shit. But
No, I get that.
So
I go in
um,
phases.
Excuse me. I'm so sorry. I'm burping so much.
no, you're not.
I don't like it. So looking at the chat here. Hi, chat.
Right, chat.
Hello. So Liz says it's his taste. Get over it. I mean, yeah. I mean, are you
It's
talking
his
about
taste.
the?
Get over it. Yeah, but he has shitty taste. And I'm
No,
supposed
wait,
to
wait, wait,
identify
wait,
with
wait.
this
Are you talking
What?
about the main character? 'Cause it's
Yeah,
fine because
that's
it's
what
obviously like
wanna
obviously
know.
it's yes.
He wants to
yes.
hear 100 soda cans being opened at once, and so we should just accept that.
No,
his taste.
no. Liz
Is that in
talking about
reference to
the-
his list?
He's talking.
No,
I
this
think
is about
he's
the girl. This is
talking
about
about
the
the
girl.
girl.
Oh,
Oh, we're
okay.
talking about the girl.
Yeah,
Oh,
talking
we're
about
way
the
I
back
thought the
there.
girl was
Okay.
fine. I don't think the girl needs to be like your type
she
in order
is
for her to
not.
work. The
No,
problem is that
I'm not
No,
sure she's
no,
my type.
no. She's the character's type, which is why their dynamic works.
yeah, but the
but the
problem with
character-
their dynamic is that the girl is a fucking
Yeah, I don't think she should
Psycho.
be anybody's type. The first thing she does is manipulate him. First thing out of the gate is manipulate him.
She's not
Right?
actually very
Lies
likable.
to him and manipulates. That's what I'm saying. But she's
That's
not.
the thing. She's not very
She's
likable.
not fun,
Yeah.
sexy, cute. She's
no,
none of
she's
that.
like, okay.
She's crazy. She has this crazy ex-boyfriend that she stole his guitar.
Yeah.
That's what I got from it. Betsy, or that name's guitar's name is.
It did
Or
feel
why
like
would
she stole
he be
that guitar.
busting
Right?
windows to get it back
We
if it
never
wasn't
really-
stolen from him?
And then we never see him again.
Yeah.
And he disappeared. You remember when I was saying things disappear? He just disappears somewhere in the movie. We never hear
I
about
can't
it again.
believe.
It's
At
never
least they
important.
put the fucking voicemails that he was leaving her, so we could understand that he was a bad guy. Because they fucking almost killed that dude.
Yeah. Well, remember, he would go to jail for those eyes. I'm all, why? Those are
Oh
stork
yeah.
eyes.
Yeah.
Those I know, and she's like,
I will say that they did get
She
rid
looks
of
like you, Ben, with red hair. That's what it is.
There you go.
that's why you don't like her.
No, I
You
don't.
can't handle this level of attractiveness.
That's it. That's it. Yeah. Well, I will say that they did throw out one of the stereotypical tropes where they get like all the attractive people to play high schoolers, because nobody in that movie is worth looking
What
at
about the
twice.
friends?
I think the friends
What about
are
the
both
friends? Friends?
more
Not-
attractive than the
I don't.
actual main lady.
Mm-mm,
The
I don't
main
like it
lady.
either.
Well,
Lady.
This is what,
Yeah,
this is
she's
what Dana
notably
and I
older than
mean
her.
by it's a matter of taste, because I sincerely
Beauty's in the eye,
disagree.
right? So
Yeah.
I sincerely disagree with the idea that either of the friends were attractive. I was
I'm,
actually
I'm just saying more attractive than her. I'm not even saying particularly attractive.
I'm
I
thinking
mean,
of
I thought
attractive
I thought
like
the
as a
redheaded
whole.
girl was the most attractive girl in the whole movie. Besides the mom. The mom is actually a banger.
Even oh, actually, yes, you're right. But
mom's a banger. I don't
No,
know.
you're
I
not
had
wrong.
the
You're
aunt,
not
the
wrong
aunt
about
later
that.
on in the movie or whatever she is really did it for me.
but
the fucking coke
her-
bottles on her
even-
eyes.
Yeah,
comment,
her,
the
her ability
girl-
to knit. I could just imagine she's a knitter. So
she's got to be a knitter, yeah. The girlfriends of his, the gal pals, they even comment on the girl, the one girl's jawline. Like, ah, she's so hot.
about her
Look at her
cheekbones.
jawline.
She got
Talk about
cheekbones, yeah.
And I was,
I-
or cheekbones, sorry. And I was like,
Cheekbones.
what? No.
We need to have more of the friends. The friends are
cheekbones.
like the best, and then they got rid of
Yeah,
the
give
friends. I
me
was like,
more of that. yeah.
I agree with Dana.
I thought the
like
friends
the
were
friends.
great. The friends
better.
were written great,
I
and
did
they
too.
acted.
Yeah.
They acted perfect. There's a very specific scene where they're watching the church improv night. You know, before he goes on this road trip.
God, that
And-
was terrible.
Yeah, and the friends, the expressions on their face was like perfect, and then I was like, cool. I'm so ready for this dynamic, and then. I mean, it makes sense that they're
Well,
not
we
there
get
on
zero
the
of
romantic
it.
road trip, but I still
would've
wanted to
been
see
more
more
fun
of those people.
If he'd done the road trip with the friends,
Yeah,
and they just didn't have the wannabe manic pixie dream girl that just didn't work.
Yeah.
It was just
it just
insane,
didn't-
and it didn't work. It would have been more
Yeah.
fun if
Well,
he just had this.
especially with the way that they decided to end the movie. I can respect that they were trying to avoid like being overly tropey, and I think the ending of
You
the movie
think so?
actually. I think the ending of the movie
Did a
is
really
actually
bad job.
extremely
That's what
strong.
they're trying to do.
But I think if as far as the movie goes and how shitty it actually was for the first like 2/3 of it, the ending of it was surprisingly well done.
Yeah, you're
It's
right.
just
That's
like,
what it
if
got.
only it was preceded
good.
by a good movie. It, like,
Maybe that made the ending better
Mm.
because the first.
I
two-thirds
was-
was
oh,
right.
maybe.
I thought the ending was fine.
I actually
Yeah,
enjoyed the ending.
it was
like,
good.
I wish that the movie.
too.
was
It
as
was
quality as the ending the
actually
whole
kind
thing.
of emotional.
And I think
Yeah.
that's
No,
when
like-
the acting got really good between the kid and the mom, especially.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I
It was, like,
think
really
that
good
that's-
acting.
and there's like shit that I wanted to like poke fun at, you know, at that point because I'd been like making fun of the movie the whole way through. But once we got to the ending scenes, I was like,
Hmm.
I don't even want to make fun of the fact that this kid has fucking slobber all over his lip. Like it actually kind of adds to the
What?
scene.
When? Oh, when he's yelling at the mom,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
he's
yeah.
got
Yelling
that
at
piece
him.
of
Yeah.
rice right
He's
here or
got
whatever.
Yeah,
fucking,
yeah.
like big old glob of spit on his lip, and you're like, well, you know, that actually kind of works.
Yeah. Also, the song, his brother's song, is actually pretty
Dude,
good.
It's
I really
a
like
good
it.
song. I actually liked it on Spotify.
Yeah.
I was
Really?
like,
I was
I'll
gonna
listen
say,
Yeah, I
to that.
found it on Spotify too.
I don't like that.
I hated it.
I don't like
I
that
hated
kind
it.
of like
I think
weird.
And I
indie
think
stuff.
it really
Overly
worked for the
jangly.
movie. obviously it was made
Oh,
for
yeah.
the movie.
Yeah.
But I really think that it worked in that scene pretty well.
It
At some
sounded
points,
pretty
I really
hipstery.
wondered, like, what if this was not a movie and instead was just a 4.5-minute song? Probably way better. But so before we get to all that shit, yeah, I agree that the Friends, like, if this had no manic pixie dream girl who's a fucking psychopathic crazy woman, and instead was just like the Friends joined him on the road trip and they're all experiencing this, and there's no weird like romance shit that needs to get ham-fisted into this journey of self, then I would have been perfectly fine with that. I think that
Because it
might-
did
that
nothing for the
may-
whole story. If you think about it, it did nothing for the whole story.
especially because they decided not to end it with the boy getting the girl.
Yeah,
Exactly.
he ended up hanging out with
They're
his
not
friends.
even being
Mhm.
together at all. Yeah, she stays
Yeah,
in New
it
York.
makes no sense.
I
Yeah.
love the implication. This I will talk about really quick. So he finishes his playlist of noise, whatever. He gets deaf, and then he sends his playlist out to everybody, and everybody's like listening to it. It's really kitschy. Everybody's like, "Oh my god, wow, the train! I can't believe that's what."
I've
trains
never
sound
heard a chainsaw before
Yeah.
But
on this shitty
Then-
fucking cassette recording. I want.
well, we'll talk about that in
I
a
wanna
second
talk
too.
about that. I
But
have problems.
then he sends this playlist. He puts it on Spotify, which means he spent $35 on CD Baby to publish his music.
The Distro Kid.
But
What a
or
fucking
DistroKid.
weed.
DistroKid's a little more expensive, but so he
didn't know that.
so he puts it on Spotify and then he sends the link to the girl, the Manic Pixie Dream girl, and she like says, "Hey, can we take 5?" while she's fucking recording at some studio. And she goes outside and she immediately skips to the very end of the playlist, which I thought was like, there's no better disrespect to
Was that
somebody.
the sound of the surgery and then pulling his ears out?
It's the brother's song. She
Was that-
listens to the last 2 tracks of the playlist, and she says she's gonna
Why
go
did he
take
record
5.
that? All right, we're removing his brain.
I just
You know what I mean? Throwing the cheese hole. That's your last recording, not the brother's goddamn song.
but just like
Jesus.
imagine the disrespect. This like you send this playlist that's like 100-something sounds, or it's
Or I would
50
have skipped to
sounds.
the end too. Let's get
I
rid
would've
of
put
it.
And
that
she
shit on
just
shuffle.
skips all the way to the last 2 tracks, and then it's the brother playing guitar and singing, and she's like, "Wow, this is pretty good."
I would have put that shit on shuffle, Danon says.
I would have put that on shuffle.
That's the only thing I can think of that would be more disrespectful than just immediately listening to the last 2 tracks. Like, this kid is a playlist guy, and she's just like, "I don't give a fuck about all this shit." Like, I don't know.
Well, she, you know,
You
This
think it
sounds
was
like
because she was there for it? That's what I kind of interpreted as like, oh, I've seen all this.
yeah, I bet. I listen to shit.
I
No,
was
she
there.
listened to the part. She listened to the part with her, right?
Yeah.
She does listen to the part where she's
With her.
literally talking.
right.
And then she goes to the part with the brother at the end.
Yeah.
This sounds like when Ben made me a mix one time, and I like
Yeah.
like
Go
of all
on.
my favorite songs, and then I just went and picked my most favorite songs out of my favorite songs that he gave me. I was like, yeah.
And then you didn't listen to the other ones on the playlist?
It's also very difficult when I didn't have a CD player,
He didn't have a CD player.
so that's what I
Oh,
blame that
man.
on.
Yeah.
So
But Jeremy ended up with 3 of those mixes, and he likes all of them.
Mm-hmm. And I actually really like them all. I've become a playlist guy. I don't have the patience to make them, but I really like listening to them.
Playlists are good. I support the kid's ventures. I just wish he had better taste in music. And sound.
Well, they couldn't afford real songs.
yeah,
so
can we
they-
talk about the okay? Can we stop with the cutesy this shitty cassette recorder from 1982 because
So stupid.
it's like he has an iPhone, right?
Yeah, it kind of gave me like we're trying to do Baby Driver a little bit.
Yeah, it's not even
Oh,
just
that
that,
even-
but
with
like we gotta
the little cassette thing going on.
Yeah,
stop
okay.
stop with the
It was his
cutesy
brother's
And
shitty-
the
cassette recorder.
karaoke
I don't
mic
care
that
about
he's
that.
going around recording shit with.
Yeah,
Like,
I'm gonna tell you right now. I
Yeah.
recorded all kind of shit growing. I mean, I at my 11th birthday, I got a tape recorder just like that, and it sounded like dog shit.
See, and the
So-
thing was, is you didn't have any. There wasn't a whole lot you could do that was better. You know,
But
like this kid.
that's TV, that movie stuff. So like that,
I
details
know,
like that
I
don't bother
don't
me.
like that.
Because
I don't
movies
like that.
oh, it
Like I said,
totally
I don't
annoys
hate this
me.
movie as much as you guys did. Obviously,
Yeah,
didn't
but
bother me.
I didn't
Just
hate
like-
this
I didn't
movie.
hate this movie. I just have
Cutesy
very,
movie.
very strong nitpicks. Like it's like I have the same problem. Well, it's not a huge problem, but it's like people who say that vinyl is better than like digital or something. I was like, I understand it for it's sentimental value. Yes. Liz says it's sentimental value. I do understand that because it was his brother's thing and all that stuff. But
Yeah, that's all it was. Yeah.
yeah, I know. But like,
Vinyl.
I don't know. Again,
I
it didn't
have
work
a-
for me.
wait,
Well, hold on.
Why
it
do you
didn't.
think that vinyl is bad?
Vinyl sounds
Vinyl
like
is not
shit.
worse. Vinyl is not worse quality than digital.
Yes, it is.
It literally, it's outdated technology.
Literally is. Hold on.
Oh,
We
okay.
went. Hold on. We went. Okay. From because I'm old here, so I know what the fuck I'm talking about with this shit. We listened to records and they sounded like shit. Okay. And then we moved to tape because it sounded better. We had 8-track first. And the reason why they moved to tape because you could also transport it, but it sounded better. And then we moved to 1/4-inch cassette tape because it sounded better. And then we went to CDs because it sounded better.
Right, but vinyl sounds better now than
I-
an
I
MP3
couldn't-
does.
I don't think
Because
so.
hold on, let me explain why.
Go
Because
ahead.
there's actually physics
Go.
behind this. Vinyl is at the atomic level when it comes to the
Atomic.
actual recordings of music because it's physical media. So like the precision that you get from the audio of vinyl is significantly higher quality and more depth of sound than MP3 because MP3 is just by default in a compressed format. And
Yeah,
all
MP3 is a compressed
CDs
format, though.
released, all CDs released and all Spotify releases are in MP3. So unless you're listening to FLAC files, to say that vinyl is worse quality than what you're listening to is just incorrect.
No.
It
I've listened to like all my records on my wall with like Christie's really nice record player. I don't like how they sound at all. They
I've
have
always
like
thought-
no even like plugging in like speakers to the thing because you can plug your
Mhm.
speakers into it. I don't think it sounds good at all. It loses a lot of
Yeah,
its
well-
dynamic everything. Like I really just don't. I know a lot of people like vinyl for the sound of vinyl because it does have a very specific sound, but it just sounds dull to me. So I am not a fan of any kind of like older technology to make it cute because it.
well, yeah, real quick. I grew up with all this stuff. Okay.
Yeah.
So we listened to vinyl because that's all we had. You know,
You guys are
And-
yeah, sure. But
and
like,
we
you're just
kept-
mixing up the medium with like the recording technology.
and we could talk about this all night, but like someone who came from complete analog into the
Yeah.
digital age, to me, like a tube amp, you play your guitar through the tube amp, but you want to record that as clean as possible, and that's digital because you want to replicate what your ear is hearing in the room. You know what I mean? So your medium that you're listening to music on, this is just my opinion, the medium that you're listening to your music on needs to be as perfect as possible.
Mhm.
Tape is not. Tape is very warm and noisy. That's why we stopped using it. You know what I mean? But a lot of people, and that's fine too. Audiophiles and stuff. They want old Marantz heads, you know, with tube amp in it and stuff like that. Me, I'm like, your tube is how you get in there, but your output needs to be digital and clean and perfect. Because I'll give like for me, I listened to Radiohead, the Bends, on tape for like a year.
Right.
And then I got the CD, and it was like a whole new album to me because now I could hear
Mm.
everything the way they intended the recording to be. Tape is very dull and noisy, and it was a brand new tape. It's not like I had something that was sitting in the garage somewhere.
Well,
you
yeah,
know,
tape is
for-
definitely an inferior format.
and
You can't improve
and
it.
records is the same way. Records to me have always sounded thin and I've heard shit through dudes, you know, that they could shake the walls with their stereos. But as soon
Mhm.
as I heard digital, I was like, this is it. Now MP3, you're right. MP3 is a compressed format. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about a perfect lossless is how
Right, but you don't
my
like.
opinion.
I'm just saying that we don't listen to lossless stuff.
No, Ben, I am talking about listening to MP3s, not streamed, but actual MP3s as opposed to vinyl. And I think MP3s sound way better than vinyl.
Me
Well,
too. They just
so
do.
like the way the MP3s were built, basically they went around to a bunch of audiophiles and like worked really hard on this compression format, and they got it to the point where you actually should not, as just an average human, be able to tell the difference between an MP3 and any lossless format at all. So MP3s are supposed to be like a really golden standard from that perspective. However, just from pure information of like how much sound is actually recorded, vinyls physically have more data on them than MP3s, which just by like the math of how sound works means there is more dynamic range, more more depth, more like the waveforms are finer and all that stuff just by virtue of physics. So that's all I'm saying when it comes to vinyl. Like recording for vinyl now has significantly improved than when when you listen to an old vinyl and it sounds like shit. It's because the recording technology was bad, not because vinyl as a medium is outdated. That's all I'm saying.
I know. What I'm saying is I don't like the sound of vinyl. That's all I'm.
Vinyl's got a lot of noise, actually, got a lot of hiss, just built into the fact that you were manually putting this needle onto this record. You know, because think about it too. It's like when they remaster something from the old days when it was recorded on tape. The first thing they do was remove the hiss. You know, they remove all the
Yeah.
noise.
Yeah.
They remove
Again,
the
that's a
warmth.
recording issue,
you know.
but not. It's like not a. It's a recording
But-
problem, not a physical medium problem.
Yeah, and I mean, honestly, whether it's a modern vinyl or not, I think that there's just going to be a preference, right? I think vinyl has a sound, like Dan had said it.
It
like,
does.
It does
It
have
just has a
that's true.
sound, whether you like it or not, whether it's a modern vinyl or not. Those are like,
Can we
those are
turn
kind of
Jeremy
finer
down a
points.
tad? I'm sorry, is Jeremy blowing you guys out?
No, he's not.
No.
He's
Making
Oh.
my
He's
ears
fine.
hurt.
I'm also probably at a different angle at the mic now. My chair
Okay.
keeps sinking. Hold up. A hydraulic on my
Yes.
chair. It's old.
Oh, can
it's
I go
probably 'cause
back
it's
through
vinyl.
and then see you like at
There,
different
I'm supposed to
heights?
be. See how much farther I am from the mic now.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
But this friendly argument we're having is also an emotional argument, right? So therefore, there's no right and there's no wrong. It's,
Do you
it's-
do
It
you
reminds
think,
me
do you
of-
like vinyl better, Ben?
Do I like vinyl better?
Yeah, than MP3.
No, I don't think that I'm not a bat boy, right? So I can't tell the difference. Like I know people like I can honestly like when people get into this shit, like, you know, oh, it's warm or it's like whatever, when it comes to being played through speakers, I'm like, but like, does it sound good?
well,
Exactly.
that's
Exactly.
this is my whole point. My same argument with film, you know. And again, I grew up with film, and I love film. But at the end of the day, who gives a shit? If the movie's not good, it doesn't matter what you shot it on. You know, I always have this complaint
Absolutely.
about. I've always said this same argument about lyrics. Everybody's like, "Oh, lyrics are so important, so important, so important." I'm like, name one shitty song with amazing lyrics. That you hate the song, but man, those lyrics are so great. The lyrics only matter because the song is good, and the medium is the
Mhm.
exact same way. The medium only matters. Like, oh, I want to listen to Led Zeppelin 3 or what everybody loves so much. On vinyl's the only way. Well, what if it sucked? Would vinyl be the only way? No, you wouldn't care if it was on vinyl. No,
For
I
sure.
mean, a lot of people get in this argument. A lot of older filmmaker guys and the new and digital, and Spielberg's like everything should be on film, and all these guys, you know, and it shouldn't be allowed in the Oscars if it's not on film. All this crap, right?
Mhm.
None of this matters. Were you entertained? Because it's entertainment.
I'm not
true.
entertained.
Are you
Yeah,
not
I think
entertained?
it's the same thing, right? I mean, the song.
And this is an emotional argument.
Yeah.
And
It-
either movie's good or it's not.
Yeah.
Speaking of movies,
Like
Yeah,
I said, I grew up
speaking
with
of
everything
good.
sounding like dog shit, and then when I started hearing digital, I was like, I don't want to hear any more dog shit. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
yeah, I get
Because
that.
everything was
Dog shit, I know.
recorded analogly, and then you heard it analogly, and it sounded like shit, honestly. But we didn't know any better until you started hearing the better quality stuff. But again,
Well,
you
it's
know.
not like going to see shit live was any better. Like fucking levels and everything else. Like the Beatles were playing through PAs for a long period of their career. Like
Yeah, a lot of that actually, a lot of people, or John Lennon had a huge problem with that because you couldn't hear them over the screaming of the crowd. They
which
couldn't
is
hear
just-
themselves.
It blows my mind that for a long
Problem we
period
had.
of time, the
Mhm.
Beatles were playing over the same system that like Albertsons uses to tell you that there's a spill in aisle 3.
Wasn't quite that bad, but yeah.
It's pretty close.
Fucking
Quite that bad,
amazing.
but it's pretty close.
Yeah. So that I just wanted to make that point. I hate when movies are like, "Oh, let's use this cute format to record this stuff," but it's,
It's just
like,
it's just
well,
movie
the
stuff.
fact that
I
they're-
don't
That's what I was
like
saying.
that.
It's like like
It
I
really
kind of
bugs
felt
me.
like Baby Driver did it, and they did it well. Like, just don't do it
Well,
again.
Baby Driver took it to his
Just don't do it
fucking
again.
jaw
Just
and
stop.
like, remixed
Stop.
music.
Because it
This,
incorporated into the fact that he was making music too.
yeah,
It's kind of
Mhm.
the same thing though. He was like using the cassettes, and he was a playlist guy. Was a playlist guy.
Mhm.
Was
He
he
was
making his
this
own
guy.
trap beats?
he
Yeah,
was
and his
fucking, I
exact-
just
his
love
name
that
is
he was
lo-fi or trap
recording
beats or
it
whatever.
on like the shittiest dust. He himself is like, oh, this shit's like dusty. It's like clearly it's like a fucking shitty karaoke microphone. Like
and
Yeah,
he's recording it
Even
with
worse
like
than
the kids' toys you find at Target that light up when you press the key and stuff.
pretty much just should say Fisher Price on the
What I
side.
thought was funny. See, what I thought
You
was
know.
funny is that he didn't hit play first to see what was on the tape before he just started recording on it.
Oh my god, could you imagine?
You're right.
It was
For
like
such a sentimental guy,
Mhm.
Well, I mean, like,
you'd
that's
want
the
to
first-
know what was on the tape.
And that's just the way we recorded tons of stuff on tape. So the first thing you do is like it hit play to see if there's anything you didn't want to record over. You're like, what if it was him talking as a baby or something? You didn't know if it was on the tape.
I
Right.
remember that.
This
his
is
brother
record.
being like,
Let's
so
go.
basically, I'm gonna burn down the house and kill myself.
Yeah, here's my story.
Jeez.
But anyways, so the whole that whole thing was fucking so stupid. But then his mom had a really valid point, which was validated almost immediately. She's like, he should not be going out there on a road trip by himself. Then he runs away, and then the dad is like, "Oh, honey, remember when we did that thing where we went on like a thing, and we didn't tell your parents? Like, oh, just let him be." And the mom's like, "I don't know, this he's a stupid fucking idiot kid." And then it cuts
He's
back
a
to him,
loser, right?
And he's a loser on top of
and
it.
he's a loser. And then it cuts
He's a
back
loser.
to him, and he's like immediately distracted and fucking runs over the fucking manic pixie dream girl. So
She
he's
had
a
it coming.
stupid
Yeah.
idiot kid that doesn't know how to drive.
You didn't know that you weren't going to care
Hell,
that she got hit.
What the
by a
hell was
car.
she doing in the road,
Mhm.
for Christ's sake?
She was at a crosswalk.
Yeah,
Was she?
was she really? Because you know what?
I'm serious. I don't really. I
She
don't
was at a
know.
pier.
There was a stop
Okay.
sign. There was a stop sign.
I think she swooped down out of a nest, right into the middle of the road, right? Yeah. She just laid her eggs in another bird's nest. It's a real bird. They do this. They steal her nest.
Well, she ate the
Flew
other bird's
down.
eggs first, and then she put her own eggs to replace them.
And she put them in each one of her eyes, right? She flew down and got hit with a van. Poor girl.
And then she fucking climbs into the van, and she's just like, "Oh, hey, nice to meet you. Where are you going? New York? All right, cool, let's go." And the guy's like, "What?" And then a fucking motorcyclist shows up and breaks out their back window.
I would have
And
been
he's
done.
like, "Oh my god,
Would've
what's
been
happening?"
done.
And then the motorcyclist is like trying to get into the fucking driver's side, trying to take the guitar from this girl. And the dude's like, and then I started thinking, like, wow, do girls like it when men have strong knees? And look at her
Right.
eyes. I'd go to jail for those eyes.
Do women
because-
like minivans?
You
know-
Yeah.
It was
Is
an odd
anybody gonna
scene.
notice when that window is inexplicably fixed and nobody talks about it in the next scene?
Oh,
Well,
I
you know.
wonder. Anyways, let me drive off and almost kill the guy.
Yeah, right. The guy like eats shit on the ground. They don't
Mhm.
check on him. Nothing.
They just
No.
keep going. This, and
Maybe
like
that's
fucking
why he
20
disappears
miles an
later, and you
hour.
don't. Because
Maybe
I
he's
was
dead.
waiting for him
Maybe
to
that
come
kid
back
does.
into the movie when we least expect it. Like
Maybe
they're gonna
he
have a really
had-
great moment. They're
Yeah.
gonna
Mhm.
kiss, and then he's gonna like
Ah.
knock the guy out from behind, and that's gonna be the. But it doesn't happen, and now I'm thinking, oh, he's probably in the hospital.
Yeah, because he found out that he has tumors on his ears after he got hit the ground, right? So
Yeah.
he's getting his ears gone. Everyone's doing it.
That's one trope that they didn't do that I thought they were gonna do was like the boyfriend comes back and beats up the kid, and
Except
you
the
know,
main
They ran out of
character.
time.
yeah, they couldn't fit that one in
guess.
there.
But so they basically like what follows from this point
Ooh,
is
It
just-
Follows. That's a good movie.
Mm.
it follows. So he like he's basically like they go to a diner and then she shows him her guitar and he's like, "Oh my god, Silva Fox or whatever her name is."
Yeah.
Sarah Silverhand.
Yeah.
Fucking like had that same guitar and she's like, "This is my whole world. Like, don't you need to understand that this guitar is more important to me than starving children in Africa." And he's just like, "Okay, like that's cool,
African
whatever."
child, African child.
And then like they just kind of like they move on from that and they go and start recording.
Hold on.
shit.
I forget what she says to him, but they zoom in on the old her putting her hand on his arm. You know, I'm
Mhm.
manipulating you. Let's get a shot
Oh
of it.
yeah, that's
Yeah,
true.
she says that they were meant to meet each other or
Yeah,
something
oh
like
Oh my
that.
god,
She
I forgot.
knows-
Yeah, she's an insane
Yeah.
person.
Think about
like,
this. She knows that he's going on his lose his ear road trip,
Mhm.
right? Also, like, this is what I hate about movies. Okay, okay, now I got a problem with the movie. So I hate about movies.
You thought
Fucking
yourself
tell
into
him.
it.
Yeah, right. Okay, I
Yeah.
changed my mind. Fuck this movie. Just tell him.
Oh, it's
Hey,
not that
man.
bad.
I'm going to New York to sell this guitar because I need the money for it. Can I go with you? Sure, come on. Is what would happen.
Mhm.
She doesn't have to fucking lie to him. She has to manipulate all this shit. It's so stupid.
Yeah,
Anyone
but
else
Yeah.
in the
you're
real world?
forgetting one key detail. She's
Yes.
a fucking psychopath.
Yeah,
It's true.
but still, movie and Three's Company and every TV show, just tell the person, and then the movie's over, of course, then because then nothing exciting happens. But yeah, it's just so dumb. Just like tell him you
Yeah.
want to go to New York too because you want to sell his guitar, and then rob the guy later. That was so fucking stupid. I'm sorry, that was so dumb.
Right.
She
Yeah.
sells her guitar and then goes robs the guy later.
She robs him. I don't remember. Wait, I don't
I
remember
guess-
her robbing him.
Well, here, sort of. She goes in there and goes, "I want this motherfucker back" and shit like that. So she dumps a wad of cash.
Oh,
on
you're
him.
saying she
Mhm.
But
robs
he's asking
the,
twice for it.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
asking
Yeah.
twice for it now. So she just because she gives the cash back, sands her the money she
robs
spent
the-
already.
Also,
Right.
she does
Robbing
threaten
the
to
guy.
destroy a
The,
guitar. She has a guitar in her hand. She's about ready to smash it.
She
Yeah.
robs the
I'll show you.
the owner of the pawn
That she
shop.
sold the yeah. That's this
Mhm.
poor bastard. It's not his fault. You know they may try to make him a
Yeah.
dick in the movie. You know,
I mean,
but
that's how people in New York would act. Like, no, I'm not gonna fucking give you this guitar back. You
Yeah.
That's-
Like a deal.
anyone would
yeah,
act
People
like that.
anywhere.
Deal.
Yeah.
Right, they'd all be
People in
like
Costa
that.
Mesa
Everyone
act
New York,
like that
New
when
York
you-
was fine. They were pretty nice over there.
yeah, I like New York. I never
Yeah.
saw the New York that's in movies.
I never got the, hey,
Right.
I'm walking here. And I was
I
very,
never,
I was
walking
very
I
in.
never
mad.
got mugged. on the
Twice I
subway.
went there
That's-
and I didn't get that.
Yeah.
Twice and I no muggins.
Yeah, two years. I waited 2 fucking years. I didn't
God
get
damn
nothing.
it.
Yeah, but that's that thing that I don't remember where I heard it from. I don't think I didn't come up with it myself, but I don't remember where I heard it from.
Take
It's
credit,
that thing
take
called
credit
the
now.
liar revealed. It's a trope, right? The liar revealed trope. Have you heard of this?
Mm-mm.
Or maybe that
I
was
have-
that person's original thing. But yeah, it's the whole drama where, oh, I lied to you earlier to get something that I needed out of you, but then I ended up really loving you.
I hate
Now
that.
you
movie
found
so
out that I
much.
lied to you before, so now you're gonna hate me for a little bit, kind of
They
thing.
do, they do it in movies and TV shows. It's like no, when someone's told this giant lie that they never needed to do,
Yeah.
it's not okay.
You probably
It
look
Or they
doesn't-
could have
but
told
see-
the truth. They could have come clean a lot sooner.
Oh, I love you, so it's okay.
But the
Oh,
thing
yeah.
about the movie is that it is at least a little internally consistent because, like, that girl, like, I'm telling you, dude, that girl is just like bad fucking news the whole time. Thank God that he did not end up with her because she needs to, like, fucking go on a, like, serious journey
True.
of self discovery before she's ready to date anybody. She fucking, she steals the guitar. She fucking manipulates this kid into taking her on his, like, let me find myself road trip.
Yeah,
She forces, like, she like peer pressures him into breaking the law multiple times.
Yeah,
She fucking pulls the fire alarm at the
She's so
skating
fun.
rink.
Dude,
She's so
Christy
They
fun.
was
can
like,
both skate by
Too many
themselves.
people in here.
even
Wanna
though
pull the
all
fire
those-
alarm?
yeah.
Those
Christy
fucking
was like, the
people
water
paid
damage
for that
alone.
shit.
The water damage alone
The
would be
water
terrible.
damage
I was like,
alone.
this
Oh
is
my
what you're
God.
worried about.
Okay, I know it's a movie thing too, but when you pull the fire alarm, the sprinklers don't go off. It's so stupid. That's not what.
Right.
happens.
It's just
Yeah,
the
it's a
alarm.
fi-
It's
an
just the alarm.
Yeah.
The
She
smoke
sprinklers
breaks
don't go
detector
into the house of the guy
or whatever.
Yeah.
Right.
so they can swim in the fucking pool.
To
She's
do
fun.
to
Yeah.
shampoo
You don't get
their
it,
hair.
Ben. She's fun. Come on, this is fun.
This is not. These are red flags.
guy's
If
gotta get
somebody
out of
I
his
dated
shell,
did
'cause
any
Oh,
of
I
these
totally
things-
agree with you. I totally agree with
Yeah.
you. These are big giant red. Listen, if you hit a girl with your van after she swoops out of the nest,
Just after she's
And
finished laying
her
her
crazy
demon egg.
boyfriend beats the window open in your mom's van, you kick the girl back out of the van. I don't care how bloody her head is, and you keep going to New York. You know, you don't go, oh, let's have a fun adventure together. Because yeah, she's already bad news. Just
Yeah.
a word of
And she doesn't stop being. That's the thing I'm saying is that she doesn't stop being bad news. At no point does
ups
she
the
ever
ante.
redeem herself. She's been
No.
bad news,
And then she
and at the end
ditches
of the
him.
movie, she's still bad news.
She
She
ditches,
ditches him. Well, hold on,
Yeah.
she does find his tape recorder in the middle of the fucking road, mails it back to him.
Yeah, she has one moment
for
of
that.
like,
Redemption.
human-
Yeah, that's the problem too. It's like, no, fuck you. Which is why one thing
The
I like
fact
about
that
the
she doesn't make fun of him for his scar on his back is supposed to like redeem her in the eyes of the audience. Really fucking
It-
sat with me. I was like,
Mhm.
what the fuck is that shit?
that's what I'm saying about the cast. Yeah, there's all this shit was weird and everything. But if she was like super goddamn cute and you really just were instantly in love with her kind of thing, it happens.
Yeah.
You would have forgiven a lot of this stuff. Would have been more fun.
Yeah. And I
She
also
just
think
seemed
it's
devious. She
yeah,
seemed devious. That's what they were trying to do with this character. I think it was the miscasting, honestly.
Yeah.
Not that I'm saying these things weren't red flags, but if she was more fun when she was doing it and cute and stuff, and you're like, oh, okay, she's psycho, but she's hot. kind of thing. Where she's not though, so it's not fun. It's weird.
Yeah, it's
Crazy
even in
stuff.
the way that she could have even delivered the lines differently, or like it's an acting thing
It just
too.
she
You
was
know, it's like
miscast. She was
Mhm.
miscast.
yeah, it was a miscast because I could easily see not necessarily Zoe Deschanel, but like someone like that.
She's a little long in the tooth for that now, but yeah,
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
for
but
teenage
you
high
know,
school movies.
just
It's gotta be
knocking
someone
this
like
out of
that.
the park.
Yeah.
You know, they could pull off breaking into someone's backyard and swimming in the pool,
Yeah, you put
and it would
in
be a lot
You put
more
in Anya Taylor Joy or
somehow innocent. It would, you know, it would still
She would've
feel like
worked.
teenagers having fun.
You see, you go
But
with
with
Anya
her-
Taylor Joy, and she's able to keep an eye out. You know, for
Prime example, the Queen's Gambit. She can look at the front and the backyard. Prime
Yeah.
example, Queen's Gambit. Same thing. She's not a great person in this. She's not.
Oh, she's a bad person in Queen's Gambit. You're right.
But
She keep
you
up.
really give her a huge leeway because she's very attractive in a very odd way, but she's very attractive. So you totally are okay with it.
Yeah,
She's
exactly.
abusive. She's abusive with her behavior. She's not a nice person. She's very,
hmm
So I'm
Yeah.
not mad. I'm not mad at her. I'm just saying you forgive her a lot more for it because you're like, wow, she's pretty to look at.
Well,
It makes a
and
difference.
It
Liz
is
says,
really-
but it's not innocent. Why does it have to look innocent? Like her actions innocent? I don't know. I couldn't buy.
Well, it's
the-
just that like you can't accept it's like you can't accept that the guy is like totally on board with this because well, but maybe he would be. I mean, I don't
Oh,
know.
he absolutely was.
Was Liz saying that if it's not innocent, then why does it have to look innocent? Is that the question?
Yeah,
I
what's the
think so.
question?
I think so. I think that might be
Okay.
it.
Well, it
Clarify,
just
Liz, get
makes
back to
us not like the lead for going along with it. It makes us like the other people less. 'Cause they
It
just-
turns into a movie of oh my god, she's clearly manipulating this kid, and oh my god, he's such a
Yes.
fucking
I like her less,
stop falling for this bullshit.
and I like him
She's
less
Yeah.
because he's stupid.
Clearly, yeah. I mean, that's
Yeah,
that's what it
uh,
turns
that's
into.
the
But
problem.
he's falling for
Oops.
her.
My overlay
Come
is
on,
on.
how cute was that?
Right.
Oh,
Um,
yeah.
Miss that
Liz
part?
says,
Miss that
yeah,
part?
he's
I
17,
remember that
a child, and yeah, she agrees with Jeremy. Easily manipulated. Yeah, it's just, yeah, I don't
No,
know.
it was
different kind
believable.
of-
His
Right.
his behavior is believable. I think he totally would have gone with it. You know what I mean? You have he's kind of a weak personality. She's a strong personality.
A whole
She
child.
pushes him. He's like, okay, what?
I mean, I've totally
Liz
been
says
that
he's a
kid,
whole
yeah.
child.
I've totally been that kid, been like,
whole-
oh yeah, you're
We all
clearly
have.
manipulative, but like I'm gonna
Mhm.
go along with this because you're pretty.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm talking about. So,
No,
so
no,
that's why
but,
that
like, I
character
think
has to
that's-
be pretty.
But
Prettier,
the
Just
problem
be
is
fun
that,
and
like,
cute.
when you recognize that these are clearly red flags and this woman is just like definitely no good. The movie
Yeah.
goes from being like, oh, this is such a cute teen bop to like to being like,
Teen
oh my
bop.
god, this
You're a
girl is
fucking
gonna
teen
sink
bop."
her claws into you and ruin your life, kid. Please stop. Which I
sounds
don't think
kinda-
is what they were going for tonally. They probably didn't want this to seem
No.
like they didn't
No,
want
it
you
was supposed
rooting
to be like
against
a-
the love interest.
No,
I don't think.
no, it's supposed to be like
No.
a fun romp, but I just couldn't buy into all the mischief that this woman was cooking up, and I don't know, they weren't selling it in a way that made sense. I want to draw
that a
comparisons
flask?
to.
No, you're supposed to make cocktails and I mean, I did. That's what I did.
No, Dane and I
No,
thought he had a
Dana,
flask in his
it's
hand.
his, it's his
Oh.
wallet.
Wait, you want to see what this
What is that?
Huh?
Wallet.
Yeah, it's my.
Oh, it's his wallet. Okay.
yeah, let's see what.
You have a flask wallet? Sweet. Boom.
Hey,
Is that your 16-year-old hair?
yeah,
Yeah, I was gonna say
Hold on.
that's some old Dan in hair
yeah,
right there.
Look at that helmet.
yeah.
Not seen that hair in many years.
This.
Yeah, you
this,
didn't get any dust on your shoulders with that haircut.
this hair helmet kept me safe.
It's hair helmet.
Okay, from falling off bikes and losing
Right.
my virginity. It kept me safe from everything. Okay,
It saved you
What it
from
is.
those evil women.
exactly. See, I never
Uh,
went on any teenage romps. Okay, because
Yeah,
I was
right.
safe at home.
Well, you never lost your
Well,
hearing.
good.
in
You
a
probably didn't
weird
get
mosh
manipulated
pit
by
Put it
any
closer.
crazy ass,
Oh God.
crazy women.
Listen, if
Um,
there you go.
Wait,
Oh
wait,
my
wait, wait,
god,
wait.
what the hell is that? Is that Paul Dano?
That is.
Did someone drink your milkshake?
Right?
yeah.
I mean, Daryl, I don't know what you have against the
It's not
casting of
good.
this movie. I thought it was amazing that they managed to get both plain toast and Wonder Bread for the lead roles.
The kid was fine. The kid exactly was exactly what he needed to be.
He
right?
was
A
he was
schlub.
okay. He was
fun.
great
He
in
was
the
a schlub.
end.
Thank
And I
you.
thought the
I-
acting at the end was really good. Like his acting
It was
was really good.
actually like I said before. I think that the last bit of this movie was the ending of a much better movie. Like,
Well, I think the movie
Yeah.
didn't know what this happens a lot, where the movie doesn't know what it wants to be, and you don't know this when you're writing it. I think sometimes, right, or even shooting it, you find out in the edit, and they probably still don't even know. Like I said, they want it to be
Yeah.
a fun road trip romp with this, this girl he meets, and she, gets him to do things he never did before. That we've seen this movie a million times,
Yes.
but
Yes,
I don't
we
think
have.
this was that movie, especially the way it ends, because then the
Well,
girl's
yeah.
completely gone from the picture.
I know,
Right,
and
and
it's kind
it's-
of annoying actually. Like,
Yeah, and you're
Yeah.
like, well, I'm glad she's gone because she added nothing. Like I said, this
right.
would have been
and she's a bad
movie would have been
influence.
It would have been much
Exactly,
better
bad
with the
influence.
friends.
if the friends had just gone on the road trip with him and helped him with his sounds. It would have been a much better
Yeah,
film.
it would have been so much better.
I agree.
in my
Right?
And,
'Cause
like,
I
he
liked
just,
the
like-
friends. The friends were fun.
opinion.
hmm
Honestly,
friends.
like yeah,
It's
like,
supportive and cared for him. And
if you could rewrite this
All that boring
movie,
stuff.
I think
Yeah.
it would be the friends go with him on the road trip. Maybe he has like a fling with some stranger in a bathroom somewhere. But then you reveal
like on
the,
Dumb and Dumber when he goes in the bathroom
Yeah,
and for,
named Harriet, and she smokes a lot.
but then you reveal
You're losing your ears, kid. I'll help you lose something else. You come in here.
yeah, lose your ears and your virginity.
Yeah, that's it.
Sorry about you.
I read
Screwed
everything.
up. Yeah, sorry.
But no, if you do the reveal sooner, right? If you do the reveal with like the brother thing sooner, and make the movie more about like coming to terms with your entire life being a lie,
That's all it had to be.
that'd be
you
a
know,
much more interesting film. I agree.
The movie would have been so much better if they'd kept everything but the girl. Right? That's the only thing.
Yeah.
And I don't even think they could have think about it now. They could have cast anybody. It wouldn't have mattered.
That's what I'm
She
trying
didn't
to
need,
say.
we didn't need her in the story.
Yeah.
We
The
didn't need her
character
story.
is not written well enough. I think it was just bad writing on that particular part. So I think everything else is fine. Like
Yeah.
I like the main character. He's okay. What he does. The friends are great. The parents are okay. I wish they didn't. The dad is a little bit sitcom-y, especially in the beginning.
I think
But,
that's a sitcom guy.
I think it might be
Mhm.
because he delivers his lines
Interesting.
in a very sitcom-y way.
Yeah.
I
we-
wouldn't be
Um,
surprised.
Yeah. And like the ending was great too. It was very John Green.
Ending was
yeah.
very good. Like I was actually very surprised by how well done the ending was. Honestly,
Yeah.
He actually lost his hearing, which is I think a very
Yeah.
interesting thing. I was totally ready for him to wake up and do the whole silent thing, and then his hearing slowly comes back. But yeah, when he wakes up and his parents walk in the room and he just breaks down, I was like, oh, okay.
I was ready
Yeah,
for
that
that
was-
too, and I was ready to be mad about how they were going to try and like find their way out of this because they already said the doctor
Yeah.
already diagnosed him. Said I was ready for him to still have his hearing, and I was
Yeah.
ready to be mad about the bullshit way that he still has his hearing somehow. And then he actually went deaf.
I wonder if they
liked it.
gave him his inner ears like in a jar, like with your tonsils. You have to take him home. You guys ever
They're not
see that?
taking his ears out.
No.
They're taking.
Well,
his
I know they took out
tumors
they took out the guts of his ears.
No,
Yeah.
I don't.
The doctor
no.
clearly states you will no longer. What about hearing aids? You will no longer have the anatomy.
True.
The
It
anatomy.
removed
She did say that.
his
Oh, I
inner
thought they were just
ears.
removing like the specific bit of his brain that allowed for
Brain bit.
ears.
No, they said
Yeah.
that they're
Well,
removing.
yeah, I
his-
mean they removed the audio
ear guts.
center of his brain.
Yeah.
I just said it. His
Ear
ear
guts.
guts.
Same ear guts and that is the same thing.
What they
This
go
is
in like the
semantic.
ancient Egyptians and stick a rod in there and
Yeah, they went through his
whisk
ears.
it
That's
around.
exactly how they did it. They cured him of being able to hear. But
This affliction.
I
that I have.
actually I did
Of years.
have a really weird feeling though watching the one of the later scenes in the movie where his friends come back and they play like the worst sounds.
I just thought of something like, how come we can say eyesight, but we don't say ear
Ear
here?
sight.
No,
Ear
ear here.
here. That's a good question.
Yeah. Think on that one, Liz.
All right.
We don't say ear
anyways,
here. You know why? Because that's dumb.
That is
All
dumb.
right. Maybe it's because it rhymes.
Does sound dumb.
It does sound dumb.
So the scene where they're like they are basically saying like these are the worst sounds of all time and they have like goat sex and somebody having diarrhea or whatever. when I was watching that scene,
I don't
it's
remember
all,
goats.
it's
These are
all
not bad
silent.
sounds. These are not bad
Remember
sounds.
goats.
Silent because he's lost his hearing at this point, and they're trying to make like an emotional impact or whatever. But it actually had the opposite effect on me. I kind of felt like, man, if I had gone deaf and my friends showed up and they were like, "Remember how shitty diarrhea is?" I'd be like,
Diarrhea is pretty shitty, man.
They were trying to make him laugh. They're just trying to cut it up. You know what I mean? Just,
No,
and
I
he, and
get
he
it.
laughed.
he did laugh,
Yeah.
but I was
He
just
def
like,
laughed.
I was like, damn. I would actually feel pretty crappy about not being able to.
Yeah, I would be like, you know what? You have a good point, but I would love to hear 100 babies crying.
Right now, yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Right.
That means I can
right.
hear.
It felt to me a little off base.
Yeah,
Hmm.
these
thought it was on
off-sea
base.
color jokes.
That
okay, I didn't like it.
that's
I
funny.
thought it
Like
was
when I'm
on home
thinking about
base.
it,
Mhm.
like I realize how bad that seems because yeah, like well, says you like you can hear that shit
They
literally.
should have just rolled a grenade under his bed, blown up the
But,
whole room.
Killed him.
I
Can
didn't.
you
It
imagine, dude?
didn't.
They come in and everyone's friends all in slow motion, clink, and then they say clink, 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 and goes in bed and they're like, "What the fuck?" You know? And the dad's like, "No!" And, it just,
And then the bed
whole room blows
explodes,
up.
but like there's like a fucking titanium plate underneath it.
Yeah,
it
so
just
he
shoots
lived.
him- No, it shoots him through the ceiling into the sky.
Right.
And he's in his bed, and the bed's spinning slowly, but he's like.
Now we're got a
millions of
movie.
feet
This
up,
is like the end
and
of Willy
he
Wonka.
sees like all of America
Yeah.
from the sky, and he's just like, "It's so beautiful."
That would have been great.
That
All
would
right,
have
well,
been.
we'll save that for the next epic movie.
God.
That'll be in the
But-
sequel.
Yeah, okay. I want to start making comparisons because there's a movie that this movie reminded me of a lot. Well, actually, two. So, Paper Towns.
I was just gonna say, remind me of Paper Towns.
Paper Towns, which has Cara Delevingne's only her eyebrows in that movie,
Mhm.
and then that other kid. And that is a really good story, and I really like how they did it because he's going after this girl, but he's going with his friends to go and find her because she went missing, and so they go through all of the places that she would have gone to find her.
Yeah, it's another road
know,
trip movie. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a road trip friends movie, but I think the important distinction is that he's with his friends, and they already have a good rapport, and so it makes sense for them to be together and doing this thing. And then Nick and Nora's Infinite Playlist.
Yeah,
I
that's the obvious
actually-
one,
So
right?
I've never seen Nick and Nora's
Yeah.
Infinite Playlist.
Me neither.
but-
I haven't seen
Great
that one.
movie. It's a really
Is
good
it?
movie.
Is
Yeah.
that a good movie?
It's a really good movie.
That's actually what I hope
Better.
this movie
Well, I'll
would
tell you,
be
it's better
like,
than
'cause
this one.
I've heard that Nick and
Mhm.
Nora's is a very good movie, and I wanted this to be the new Nick and Nora's. But
Well, watch the old
Uh,
one, and you'll just be
I don't
okay
really.
with the old
I don't
one.
remember really loving Nick and Dora. It's definitely better than this movie. I don't remember if I liked it that much. I'll have to watch it.
well,
again.
I fully
I liked it
expected
a
this
lot.
to be some like hipster bullshit romp, and the ending. So we haven't talked about this, but the ending actually, not the ending, but the big reveal is that
Oh yeah.
so he like the main character thinks that his brother saved him from a fire but died in the process, and that's like a formative experience that he had when he was a child. But it turns out that the brother actually started the fire in order to kill himself because he had bipolar disorder.
It's a bit much.
Ryan started the fire.
Yeah, it was
I was
always
thinking the same
burning,
thing
the
when I was
world
watching
turning.
it. He
Ryan
did start the
started
fire.
fire.
Yeah, and then his mom pulls out a panini that he burnt in the microwave,
Yeah.
just like in The Office.
So it's a bit I mean it's a bit rough because like the gosh, I don't even like this kid's whole
He's tearing up over here.
self-worth is based off of the idea that that his brother was this like big superhero or whatever.
Yeah.
But like god, dude, I can't even just damn, like they did such a good job revealing that, and the kid like feeling like, oh my god, my whole life has been a lie. I was very impressed by how they were able to pull that off.
I wonder what the Snyder cut would be on this movie. Like, if he just cut this girl out completely and add 4 minutes and change the whole movie. Because all that stuff's good. All that stuff was good. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? The fact that his brother actually didn't rescue him, that brother was actually, I think, bipolar or something,
Mhm.
actually tried to burn the house down with his brother in it.
And he wrote
Which
that
is a
song
bold
that was
move.
like, I'm gonna burn the house
Yeah.
down.
I
with my
wrote a jangly
brother
song.
in it."
I hated that song. It was so jangly. I hated the vocals on it. It was all
I actually
jangly.
really enjoyed that song. I thought it was
Really?
so good.
Didn't
Mhm.
like it.
I wish the
But,
movie was just the song. I wish that song
I,
was
I
just
like
like
the
released.
I like the music too. I don't know if it's something that I would automatically gravitate towards, but I really think it worked well with the ending and everything. It just kind of.
It fit the
I mean, it was
movie.
written for it, so
I
it better
watched
work.
this movie so that I could hear
It
some
better
fucking
work.
bullshit
Better
indie
work for it.
jams, and if that wasn't a bullshit indie jam, then I don't
It
know.
was
what
a
It was
bullshit
definitely a
indie
bullshit
jam.
indie jam. Yeah.
But I like
Sure.
me a good
tape.
bullshit indie jam.
Bullshit
Every
Indie
now and
Jam is
again.
playing at the Mohawk, actually.
And they play it like 4 times. By the end of it, I was like, all right, I know what that fucking song sounds
Yeah,
like.
it's like, all right,
Keep
okay,
Yeah,
okay,
I was
okay,
like,
okay.
all
I'll
right,
go.
did you
I'll go
write-
listen to it on Spotify.
Did your brother write
Jesus.
anything else before he died?
But I
or
was
what?
the whole time I'm thinking like, God, what would this sound like on vinyl? The whole time,
Oh, it's so tape compressed.
right? It's like an MP3 on tape.
No, and okay. This is just a little bit weird that he calls the studio. The guy who picks up just so happens to have all this intimate knowledge about his brother.
Movie, I know, right? Oh yeah,
that was
Jimmy
too
Jam,
much.
he
That
was
a little
cool,
bit too
man.
much for me.
Yeah,
He literally
That's
says he
convenient.
was the best dude ever. I was his drummer, and I also know how he died, and you don't even know how he died.
Yeah.
haha,
A
little
one
kid.
phone call away this whole time. This fucking guy.
Well,
He
you
was
know,
I could have told
who
you
knew?
everything.
Who knew? You know.
I
Well, I don't think he. Why does he end up calling that? I think he finds out because of.
No, he's trying
Don't even
to
remember.
get a hold of a recording of his brother's.
But it's not like he's known this whole time.
he
that-
didn't even know that
don't think
recording
he-
existed. He called
That's why it was
the-
okay that he called the guy. You know.
I think he called the guy just wondering if
he knew his brother worked at that recording studio or
10
something.
I think
years
that's just
ago.
convenient. I think it's just convenient.
It
movie
was a
stuff.
convenient moment.
It was
yeah.
just
way
convenient
too
movie
many
stuff.
convenient things 10 years ago,
you
and
imagine-
the guy who picks up the phone knows everything.
Yeah, but can you imagine in reality, right? You get a
God?
message first, right?
Mhm.
Press 1 for the recording studio, and you have to go through all that, and then you get somebody at the front desk. and
Exactly.
I don't know who that is. You know what I mean? Can you imagine? That would be way worse for the movie.
The chances that
okay?
the studio is even still
the
there
movie-
10 years later.
Hey,
Studios
does
move
anyone
all
know
the
this kid's
time.
brother? You know, they don't want
the
to.
Yeah.
thing, the thing about that is that they actually do try to add some like of those real life things for some reason. I don't know why they did this. Remember when he get to New York and like he's like, "Oh, I have a song for this." And he like tries to put the song on and he's fighting with the radio to like get the Bluetooth to connect properly.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
That does happen.
And it's been connected the entire.
Yeah, it's like
What,
a
did
movie
he
like
unpair it?
this.
No.
He
No.
should have
I
just
mean-
connected right
Can't
away,
wait.
right?
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
how
I'm just-
convenient this movie has been.
I'm just saying that like that is absolutely something that I have dealt with and it annoys the shit out of me to no end when things like that happen. However, why? Why do
You know what's really
that?
annoying
Shout out to
is
Perry.
that your kids used your Spotify, not your Spotify, but your Apple iMusic, Apple Tune Music.
What?
Apple
What?
II.
When the kids were little, Dana included, they would use my iTunes to buy stuff. So I still have. So like, I'll get in the car and "Don't
That's
Go
where all
Breaking
that
My
stuff
Heart" by
is.
Jesse McCartney is playing because
Don't
it's
Go-
still in my. I
Yes.
don't know how to get rid of it, and
That's
this
the
one's not
same
so
thing
bad,
happened to me all
but
the
it's
time.
it's the theme song from it's a theme from what's that video game with the big Halo from Halo? It's a bit that pops on, so I know that's Dana.
That's
So
me.
and I Sunny with a
And the
Chance
Jesse
pops on.
McCartney one too.
Jesse McCartney was "Don't Break Your Heart" by
A
Chance.
fucking banger.
I don't know how to
No,
get that
not
stuff
me.
off. That's annoying, but I still have
don't know.
Bluetooth connectivity, so
That's cool.
no
Right.
problem.
Thank
I mean,
God.
there's
yeah.
nothing worse than when you're trying to connect. Like this is my fucking minute and beer thing. Is there are
Minute
times
and beer.
when my phone just decides that it's not going to accept like the Bluetooth connection, and it is. I don't think I get mad about anything as much as I do this because I just want to fucking. I just want to listen to the music, and it should be pairing, and it's not fucking pairing. And that's exactly what would have happened if I was in New York. Like that girl would have gotten out of the car because of how mad I was that the fucking Bluetooth wasn't working.
Wow.
I'd be like, "What the fuck is going on with this fucking thing? Do you fucking believe this shit?"
That would have
It's
actually
like-
driven her off.
That would have turned her off. That would
That
have
would have
done it.
been
Wow.
the thing that actually got her to leave.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean,
And
I did
I'd
have
to
something
drive this car
similar.
without the fucking rear window in it.
I did have something.
Yeah.
Well, that's fine. It gets repaired the next day magically. I
And
did
then
have a
instant
similar
money as
problem
well.
with my my old phone, and I had my old phone. It was an 8 Plus for like years and years and years. Tons of problems. tons and tons of problems with it, like apps just randomly closing. It was getting really slow,
Yeah.
like all this stuff. But the one thing that really did it was when I would plug my phone into my car, it would reject the USB connection. It said it couldn't play, or it couldn't have any more accessories connected, and it just wouldn't play my music anymore. I was like, all right, it's time to get a new phone. And I got a new phone, and it fixed it. And I can listen to my music again.
Screw you, Cody.
That's it. That's it. So
But if you
Ben,
had a
I'm right
record
there
player
with
in your
you.
car, you wouldn't have this
Yeah.
problem, would
I
you?
absolutely am.
If
If
Damn
I had a
right,
record player
yeah.
on my phone,
Right?
I want an app where I can take a vinyl record and go like
Don't
this.
drive over any bumps. Drive over
Play-
any bumps.
MP3
This is
music.
the problem with technology, is that technology has gotten too expensive for me to just throw it out of the window.
Like the whole entire record player. Right, exactly.
Like
Yeah.
I just want. Sometimes you just want to chuck like a piece of
Oh,
technology
like a
out the
Walkman.
window.
Like a Walkman. That'd be great.
Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah,
god,
and-
I'd
I mean,
fucking chuck
and
a
that was
Walkman.
my problem with that scene where it gets like his fucking cassette player gets run over, and then she goes through all the trouble of having the cassette player rebuilt. It's a fucking cassette player. Just go to the pawn shop where you sold your guitar and buy another one for $5.
Just steal another one. Yeah,
Mhm.
just steal that.
Yeah.
guitar back.
Yeah.
Yep, there you go.
Like, what are you doing? Trying to get this thing fixed? You fucking crazy.
At the
It's a
recording
six-
studio.
Yeah,
She goes to
they,
the
No.
recording studio.
Well,
Yeah.
you know, it's sentimental, man.
they had
You
duct
know,
tape there.
understand. You
They
can't
had
just
duct
buy
tape.
another $5
had duct
cassette
tape there.
player.
Obviously. I mean, that's how the guy
I
fixed
couldn't
it.
believe how stupid that was. It's just like, we gotta fix the cassette player.
Well, she had to redeem herself somehow. So we do ratings. Should we do ratings?
Yeah.
Probably about that
this-
time.
I didn't have anything else I wanted to talk about.
Uh,
I do want to point out really quick the recording artist dude in the studio,
Yeah.
that guy was kind of funny. I liked I liked when he tells the main kid, I can't remember his name, Marcus. He tells Marcus the
Mhm.
entire story about his brother and like all that stuff, and then all that shit happens. Bless you. Someone's sneezing outside my window. And then I don't know who it is. And then like 5 minutes later, he has
Don't
to
you
have
live
the
on
same.
the third floor?
Yeah, my window's open.
okay.
And then he has to have the
Who's
same
sneezing?
conversation with Wendy when she comes back,
right.
who looks a lot like the Wendy's mascot.
Hey, maybe that's what it is.
That's what it is. Okay, I
Hey,
like this movie now.
what do you-
All
when you
right,
think
it
of
clicked.
Not
It
sexy
clicked.
manic pixie dream girl. I think of Wendy from
When they were coming up with the name,
fast food chain.
Yeah, exactly.
like what should we call her? Red hair, hamburger face, Wendy's got it.
No,
You know
that's
who's really
fucked up.
hot? That chick from Wendy.
Red hair, hamburger face.
That was really mean.
Jesus.
That was
That
really
was
mean.
that was really fucked up, Daryl.
Mean. Listen, takes one to know one, right?
Oh,
When
You're
you look
more
like an
of
egg with a
a-
beard, you can talk shit. okay?
Damn it, you took my joke. I was gonna say like you're a soft boiled egg. All right, but anyways,
soft boiled. It's not bad. It's a step up. It's a step up.
fucking yeah, that guy is just like fuck. I gotta tell this story again.
That was a
pretty
good
funny.
line.
That was pretty
That was
funny.
a good line.
Mhm.
That was-
But
I gotta
okay,
do this
I'm
twice today. That's
yeah,
what he says.
yeah. Okay, I'm ready for ratings.
All right, I'll give my rating.
Alright.
I'll give this a watch a better hipster movie out of 10. There's better
Okay.
ones. This is a hipster
Mhm.
movie. I was hoping it was going to be a good hipster movie. It was a mediocre hipster movie. There's definitely good ones. Maybe someday they'll just take the last 20 minutes of this movie and put it at the end of a good movie. And then like you'll just have a good movie all the way through. But I don't think it's worth sitting through, 40 minutes of just like bullshit to get to
Yeah.
like emotional scenes. I can
But-
I can
yeah.
find emotional scenes on YouTube just fine.
Just watch the end of it.
Or just watch the last 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Also
Yeah, if
cr- also
you
valid.
read what the movie was generally about, and then you watched the last 20 minutes, you would get everything that you needed to get
Yeah.
That's exactly how I
in this
feel.
movie.
Mhm.
So I give
No-
this a watch a better movie out of 10.
It was funny when Ben was over last weekend, and we were actually that's when we picked this movie. Is we were just like, we need to find something.
Oh, this
and
is
then
your
Ben was like,
guys'
"There's
fault."
something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was my suggestion.
Yeah, and then we're
Oh,
watching the
okay.
trailer on Hulu, and then it gets about like a minute in, and Ben's like, "Okay, we've seen enough. They're about to spoil the ending." I was
Oh,
like, "Okay, let's turn it
absolutely.
off." You
I
knew
broke
exactly
my,
where
I
it was
broke
going.
my only rule about watching a trailer, and we got
Yeah.
about a minute into a 2-minute trailer, and they'd already said the entire synopsis of the film, and I was like, we gotta stop here.
Yep, they're about to ruin it.
They're
Mhm.
about to fucking tell me everything that, and his brother turns out not to be the man he
Yeah.
thought he was gonna be.
Right,
It's like,
right.
fuck.
He lit the fire.
Yeah, so
Um,
that's something that happens a lot in trailers, and I was very happy that I did not have that spoiled.
Mhm. I'll go next. I would give this movie like a 5. I think the only redeeming thing, honestly, was the ending. The ending was like the
It was
best.
good. It's
like,
emotional.
yeah,
Yes.
it's like, and that kind of shit always gets me too. You know, like family dynamic and crying, and because I'm a sympathetic crier, so I was like, the mom
Yeah, I
said,
know.
I love you, and
I had a similar experience
Yeah,
when I
yeah.
was watching it.
I
Yeah.
was choking up a bit, you know, mopping my eyes with my Taco Bell wrapper.
Hot sauce.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, I'd probably give it a 5 out of 10. It could have been a lot better, but
Yeah.
it's very meh.
Jeremy.
Yeah, man. I think I'd also go with a soft 5 out of 10 there. Borderlining on a hard
soft
4.
Hmm.
Wow.
Yeah, because
Part
it's
on a
just like
hard 4.
you know,
just like the Manic Pixie Dream Girl.
Yeah.
yeah, exactly. If you wanted to watch an indie movie, you could watch a better one. You know, and if you wanted to watch a coming of age, teenage drama movie, you could watch a better one. You could watch a few better ones before you watch this one. There's really no reason to recommend it. But but the 20 minutes at the end is pretty cool.
That's pretty cool.
Pretty cool.
I liked it. For the same reason Dana mentioned that he liked it.
Oh yeah, and when they
emotional.
fucking saw your head open, they buzz your whole head. That kid would have looked like me.
That's right.
Okay.
That kid would be straight up bald.
This would have shaved off an inch of hair.
Yeah.
Part of it's the wig, right?
Yeah. And
I-
exactly.
Movie stuff, but
And also this kid, if Joseph Gordon-Levitt ever needs a flashback scene done where he's like a teenager or whatever, they should get this kid.
Yeah.
Because he
Yeah.
is definitely like young. He's like Joseph Gordon-Levitt from 10 Things I Hate About You. He's like the same,
Yeah.
like he's got that same mannerism.
that's a
about
great
him.
movie. I love that movie.
Yeah. And when I was watching him, I was like, this is like young Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
That's
Not
what
in
the
a bad
dad
way, he's really
reminded me of.
good.
The dad reminded me of the dad from 10 Things.
Oh yeah,
Same-
he is
same
like
type
the
of
dad
thing.
from 10
Yeah,
Things.
yeah.
I wonder if the director saw 10 Things I Hate About You.
And said, "Hey, let's get another bald dad
Yeah.
to anchor this thing." I give it a soft-boiled 5.
Soft boiled
Watch-
5. Yeah.
Watch Paper Towns if you want a better film that's kind of the same thing, just without the
Yeah.
ear losing. But I think Paper Towns is a better version of this movie,
Yeah.
Or Nick and Nora's Infinite Playlist,
which
is
I haven't
great.
seen yet. I'll give that a go.
Got Michael Cera and
That
I
one
can't
girl.
remember her name.
Kat Dennings.
Kat Dennings, thank you. Yeah,
Is it
Kat
really?
Dennings, Michael Cera. It's great. It's really good. It's really good. It's got
Kat
the
Dennings got that Manic Pixie Dream Girl look to her.
yeah, but she also she plays that character really well.
Yeah.
So and it's they have a good dynamicism. There's also a lot of like
Oh,
story elements.
dynamicism. Is that a word?
Dynamicism. I think so. Dynamicism.
The great
Dynamicism.
I don't know.
I think it's Dymamination. I think
Whatever it
that's
is,
what
you
it
guys got
I think
it.
it's
101 dynaminations.
Well,
Dynamicism. That's a word. God damn it.
All right.
That's a
No,
thing.
don't you mean
It's a
God
thing.
dynamic sediment?
Sediment. That's a type of rock. Get outta here,
Dynamic
Ben.
cement. All right. Well, anyways.
All right. Well, that's been this. If you've seen it in the chat,
And this.
let us know what your rating is. Do we have another movie that we're gonna watch?
Is Netflix?
Netflix has not been cranking out the stuff, which is why
Are
we
we
picked
I
this
thought
looking
there
to
was
watch
some-
another
I
relevant
read
movie?
something that like some movie with Leonardo DiCaprio and Jennifer Lawrence is supposed to come out, but I don't know when that's supposed to be.
Oh, we
I
didn't.
thought
I
we could
wanted
start watching that
I
whole
wanted to
shit.
talk about this really quick. The reason that I suggested this movie was because I wanted to see what Hulu Originals got, and
We've seen 2 Hulu originals now, yeah?
Well, that's the other problem
I
too.
don't
Is
really feel like I give a shit about Hulu Originals at this point.
well, hold on.
Right.
The Hulu original, the Palm
Palm
Springs
Springs.
was great. Palm Springs was great.
Yeah. Yeah, it was good.
I
Oh,
think
Palm
that was
Springs
just
is also a
because
Hulu
of
Yeah, that's a Hulu
I-
original.
Yeah, you
shit.
suggested that one, didn't you?
I actually really enjoyed Palm Springs. I didn't
yeah,
realize
Palm
that
Springs
was
is
a
great.
Hulu original.
I think that's
Yeah.
just this is all becoming a thing of the COVID thing. So they're finding publishers. Because I mean, there's a lot of movies that should have come out in theaters that came out on Netflix instead, or Hulu, or HBO.
They probably bought the
mean to
rights
tell
to it.
me that somebody was like, we wanted this to flop in theaters, but now there's COVID, so I guess we'll have it flop on your platform instead. That was how this.
It may not
Might
flop
have.
on the platform though. Look at
Yeah.
Trolls
Yeah.
2. That movie would have flopped big time in the theaters and was huge on COVID. So
Yep. Yeah. So, well, since that hasn't started yet, the entire Netflix thing, because it's supposed to be releasing like a movie a week, which is going to be perfect for what we're doing.
yeah.
Wait, we release a podcast a week.
Hmm.
What are the
Okay,
chances?
so we're doing like, are we doing like movies that are just coming out?
We're trying.
We're
Yeah.
trying to, but
Okay.
they're not coming out.
Well,
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know when they're supposed
do
to.
you
but-
have one, Jeremy?
Well, I mean, there was a movie that I was gonna suggest a while ago, but it came out a while ago as well. It's called The Way Back. It's kind of like
sounds
this
familiar.
movie, but better. I think it's got like Steve Carell as in more of a serious role of his. He plays kind of the asshole stepdad. It's got Sam Rockwell. He plays like the the sort of mentor figure. It's sort of a coming of age movie.
Mm-hmm.
It's back when we were like, I have an idea for a coming of age movie, and I suggested this one, and then This Is England, and we went with This Is England.
Okay.
Oh.
But this one's- I mean, like I said, it's a suggestion from a while ago.
Tony Collette, Allison Janney.
it sounds a lot.
I remember
like,
liking it. I haven't seen it since it came out in theaters, but I've been wanting to watch it. I thought.
Anna Sophia Robb, Sam Rockwell, Maya Rudolph, Rob Corddry. It's got everybody. in it.
Okay,
Amanda
so
Peet?
let's. There's a lot of talent.
I don't want to
then.
watch it. Just kidding.
So the way back. Okay, so the way back. Next week, next Tuesday, we're gonna do it. Let me
All right.
read Liz's novel that she's writing me.
Okay.
So she says she gives it a 6 out of 10. She says women don't always have to be stereotypical forms of attractiveness. Yes, sometimes your dream girl ends up being cuckoo. Had an array of emotions while watching it. Made me sad twice, made me smile and laugh a couple times. Had cute parts, a little emotion provoking, but I don't think it was emotion provoking as it could be. Yes. They could have done more with what they had for the plot. I think it tried to step into the footprints of movies like The Fault in Our Stars. Oh yeah. The Fault in Our Stars. He also loses to tumors.
Yeah, totally
Yeah.
forgot about
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I did
Loses
forget about
that
to
one
tumors.
for sure.
And but fell flat and was far more forgettable. I liked how they integrated silence into the film. Yes, okay, that was great. How they cut the music off when he couldn't hear anymore.
I saw
There was
that.
only
Yeah,
one thing
that
that
was
actually
good.
annoyed me, and I agree with you completely on this. This really bothered me. And for no good reason, while they were sitting at the table and Marcus was yelling at his mom, no one noticed that. Like nobody in the background reacted until he like hit the cup off the thing. They were like,
At the hospital.
yeah, they
Have you-
just had
hold on, have you
cardboard
guys-
cutouts of people.
Have you guys ever yelled at somebody in the hospital cafeteria? So you
It's been a
don't
long
know.
time. It's been a
Everyone
long time.
minds their own business. I'm telling you, that's what they do there.
I don't know. I've never been in a
Why
hospital
were they all?
cafeteria.
That was that a
Interesting.
cafeteria at a hospital, or was that like?
That's what
a
it looked like to
prison?
me.
Yeah, and
Looked
then
like a prison,
Brennan chimed in by saying, "Is this Wendy's?"
Yes.
So
Sir, this is a Wendy's. Well, then I'll just take a baked potato.
No, this is Patrick.
yeah. It was really weird how no one was reacting. Everyone wasn't. They weren't even doing anything. They were just.
Yeah.
That happens a few times in the movie.
really weird.
Earlier, she busts out this whole guitar, puts it on like the big like table area where they're all sitting. No one seems to mind. They're like busting this thing open. They're yelling the whole time, and then one time he yells really loud and looks over, and the people react. And then it
Oh,
gets
yeah.
really quiet. But he's like, "You've been yelling for like 5 minutes, and no one said anything."
Someone would have told them those whippersnappers to shut up.
Well, they got cardboard cutouts of extras, and then when they needed the actual reaction, they hired someone for like $5 for 5 minutes, and then you do this.
Gotta save that money.
I don't think that's
Get
the
them
day
outta
rate,
here.
Danny.
I don't
$5
know how it
for
works.
5
Okay.
minutes.
It's called
$5 for
production
5
value.
If you want teeth, it's gonna cost you another 10.
Jesus.
I think you paid for not teeth, but whatever. That was
I don't know. All I did, listen,
Depends on
dude.
your,
I
taste
fly
or
drones. Okay, I fly drones.
No, you what
So-
you are
Danny's
is
a
a drone
droner.
pilot. You're
I am
actually
a
a
drone
pilot.
Yeah,
You
Basically
sit
like
on the drone and you fly
Air
around.
Force?
I do. That's why I've
Me.
been dieting.
Right? Fighter pilot,
Mhm.
Danon, right here. Okay.
Ooh.
Top Gun, Topper
Yeah.
Gun. Okay.
Topper
He's got a
gun.
drone. Topper Gun.
Yeah.
Is that what you're gonna name your drone? The SS Topper gun?
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
More gun.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Top Gun, then
Most-
there's
yeah,
Topper Gun. Okay.
Yeah, most gun.
And that leaves room for
Toppest
Toppest
gun.
gun.
Yeah, Toppest gun.
Oh, I can have top. Well, I'll have Topper Gun, and then when I get my next drone up, I'll have Toppest Gun.
Right.
Yeah.
That'd be a
Then
good name
I'll-
for a kid.
Then I could have like most gun. Yeah.
If you're a redneck.
Oh,
Topper
okay,
Gun.
okay.
My
James
boy
Gunn.
Topper Gun. Yeah.
James Gunn, I know you're watching. Toppest Gun.
I know you're out there.
Or
Yeah,
Sean
he's-
Gunn. I'll take any of
Oh,
the guns.
Liz, it's
One
called
of the
The
guns.
Way Way Back.
Yes. The movie is The Way, Way Back. We're watching.
How are you seeing all this? I know Danon's.
You
I
just
pulled
go
up
to-
the
Yeah, you just
It's
go to
on the
YouTube.
Utes.
Mhm.
Oh, it's on YouTube.
Yep, that's it. I'm
Nice.
just reading off of this here screen.
Nice.
Here's this here screen over here.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's our discussion of this movie. What's it called?
The
Ultimate-
Fault in
the
Our
ultimate-
Stars.
of noise.
The ultimate
Yeah.
playlist.
The
of
ultimate
those.
playlist of Hi Mom.
Nick
Thanks.
and Nora's ultimate playlist of.
Thanks,
Nick and
Brennan.
Nora's ultimate playlist of I'm driving a Yugo, even though no one in their right mind would ever drive a Yugo.
They drive a Yugo in Nick and Nora's Infinite Playlist.
That's what Michael Cera's car is.
That's a 3-cylinder
Of
car.
course it is.
That many.
So this is
three-cylinder man.
the We Like This
Yeah.
podcast. So you can catch us on our Discord, which is in the description down below. You can follow us on Instagram at the We Like This. Here, hold on, I'm framing it. We Like This.
Wow.
WLT Pod, and then you can follow each one of
I
us.
got it.
Right here at our gamer tags. No, what are these?
Trying to reach over into Danon's
Handles?
screen, but he's in
Handles?
Austin.
Yeah. Here, hold on, hold on.
Not
Dad,
working.
reach
Yeah,
over.
yeah.
Reach over.
Oh,
my gosh.
Oh,
We doing it.
look
We're
at
doing it.
that.
Fingers all blurry now.
Hold on, let me get my hand over there bigger. We're doing it. Okay. Okay.
Okay. Wow.
Now back.
this,
And back. Hold on.
For somehow I'm wider than you.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyways, so, the We Like This podcast. You can
Not
catch us on
possible,
our
yes.
Discord, where you can keep up with our movies that we have every week. Brennan says he follows us all everywhere except in real life. That's not true. I saw you the other day. And yeah, you'll catch us next week with The Way, Way Back. So thank you for watching. Awesome. Thanks.
Love you.
Good night.
Love you. Welcome to Costco. I love you.